up? It's your boy LG.
¿Qué hola, plebes? Aquí el Mickey, ya se la saben, la Mipi.
I was gonna be real upset if you didn't make the mark.
Oye, no te enfada este intro, todo el tiempo la misma cosa.
This is a different one. But guys,
Beyonce.
this is a special episode because this month is. Oh, I was waiting for the pause and I missed it.
It's right.
This is a very special month. It's Women's History Month. Which, in honor of that, we decided to bring women on the show.
Thank you.
So today we are
Thank you for inviting me.
We're joined by Kari. Hi,
Hey,
Kari.
hola.
What's up? Welcome back. And also Jess.
Hello.
Another returning guest.
Soundbite.
This is exciting, guys. How does it feel being a woman in this month?
Wait, let's toast primero for women.
Yeah, before.
For women.
All the women.
3, 2, 1.
Blast off.
Woo!
Yes, I did it too. I did it on time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we offered them a monster, but they didn't want any apparently.
En realidad, el 24 que nos compró el Jesse se acaba de acabar ahorita.
And they're poor.
Yeah. All right, let me fade this out.
Dude, you know what? Beyonce's live band is so good.
Oh, yeah.
That live album is amazing.
Halo?
Her drummers?
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
The saxophone solo during Crazy in Love.
So good. Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, dude, hey, yeah, I can keep going on about it. But
So, yeah, it's Women's History Month. Herstory Month.
Es lo que iba a decir yo.
Ew.
I hate that.
This is too het. I need to go.
We mix in her story month. Eso. así
Amen.
se-
Oh, sorry. A woman.
listen, this
Sorry, we don't discriminate
is one of
here.
those
Hey,
things.
plebes.
This is one of those things that we're glad you're here for, so you can slap us on the wrist and tell us what we did wrong and how we should improve.
And you'll never change after that?
Yeah, exactly.
But we should at least know.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, I'm all about the women. Okay, I respect them all. All right,
He respects them so much he just swipes all day.
dude.
Whoa!
The fact that you put women.
Oh, you did the women.
Nice.
Work on respecting her. See, that's number 4. It should be number 1. I don't know why it's not number 1. It's mamada.
All right, well, moving on. Let's get the
moving
show
on.
started.
We're moving on from this
Okay,
already.
pues, este artículo de How to Communicate with Women, it seems kind of short, ¿no? Como que faltan unos 500 pasos.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's just a-
pobrecito.
that's
He
just
used
a
lot of
summary.
steps.
Dramatic.
Dude, look, this month is the longest month of the year, by the way. Just so you're aware. So you're welcome, women.
That's so sexist. ¿Cómo? ¿Por qué las morras?
What? Why is that sexist?
Porque las morras agarran the longest month. What the?
The longest
what
month of
about
the year.
equality?
Oh my god.
That is equality.
Yeah.
Also,
No, sorry, it's not. You're right.
Yo, Black History Month is the shortest month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't-
that's wrong.
Let's not get into that right
We don't
now.
have to. We don't have to address that. We don't have to address that right now.
We could at least acknowledge it. Thank you, Alex.
We actually are going to do
Yes.
an honourable mention
wait.
this episode too.
I have never met Kari.
What?
This
Okay.
is my first time meeting
Shake
her.
hands through
¿No
the
habías
camera.
conocido al esclavo, el Alex, ¿verdad?
No, he just told me where to park. I was like, thanks.
Él es el que maneja todo.
And I just rushed in here. I'm sorry. Fui maleducada. No le dije, hola, mucho gusto.
No, it's fine. He was out there
Oh.
simping.
You don't understand. You're one of us, dude. You just walk right in.
I know, but I hadn't met him. I had to be
If
like,
you
I'm
don't-
Kari.
Ignore him.
You gotta whip me on the way in.
He works.
Aw.
He works for us, not with us.
Yeah.
He was giving me Dobby vibes for sure, kind of.
Did you say Dolby?
Yeah, Dobby.
Dobby. Dobby gotta suck.
But Dobby's cute. But Dobby's cute.
Dolby, like Dobby.
Yeah, Dobby.
Dang.
Is
I'm
it
like, what do you
Dobby?
mean? It's Dobby.
Dobby. En español es Dobby.
¿Qué es
¿no?
eso?
Dobby is the little pathetic house elf that
Don't call him
redeems
pathetic.
himself at the end
He
of
was
the
straight
movie.
up pathetic.
Couldn't
He
even
was
finish.
not.
Couldn't even finish a sentence.
Let's
I
see.
know.
It's
I'm the same way. I'm sorry.
I know you're
that
fine.
little
you're fine.
dude.
He's so cute.
He's like the.
Cute?
Sí se parece el Alex.
No
ese.
master.
No, I was just saying because he was saying like, oh, he's like this.
He's cute in the
he-
grossest possible way.
He's He's so like cute. He's Dobby.
Like not how he looks, but how he acts.
Oh
I
my
think
god,
makes
that
him-
picture. Ew, what is that?
Get
That was when he died.
Yeah.
Bro. You don't have to bring that up.
I know. It's
Not-
okay, guys.
I have a picture where I look exactly like this.
The nose. It's the nose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the show started, guys.
All right, guys.
Gordo,
Yes.
let's talk about women.
Okay.
¿Por qué estás viendo mis notas, Jessica?
Because I want to be prepared.
You can't. Nothing will prepare
Why are you
you.
so nervous?
There won't be a
¿Qué estás
single
tratando de
thing.
agarrar ahí?
Your phone.
Stop.
Le voy a
I'm
decir
Westford,
a,
and then I remember,
le voy a decir
remember what it was.
le voy a decir a tu
There
novio
it is.
Dile.
que quieres agarrar el Shastic.
Dile.
Gotta be careful.
Moving on.
You're,
Okay.
you're in the most dangerous zone right now, Jess.
I mean, not that dangerous. It's maybe a splinter. No, toma, no. Pero, oye,
Okay.
hey,
Danger
gordo,
zone.
hay una wannabe Gorilla Glue girl en el internet. Pícale, Alex.
A wannabe Gorilla Glue girl.
No seas mamón.
Just to clarify, Gorilla Glue girl was the girl
que es-
who put Gorilla Glue in her hair, and
Right.
Watch
That's-
ese morro. What the?
that's
Está haciendo lo mismo. Tiene un chorro de TikToks, follow-ups de cómo le fue y cómo se lo quitó y todo. Puro Clout es lo que quiere. ¿Sí o no? Es lo único que quiere. Also, he gay son.
I thought it was a woman.
I thought
Probably does identify as a
I
woman.
believe they're trans. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or
Isn't-
they're
Isn't this
gender.
what we already talked about? That there was a challenge.
¿Tú crees que sea? Oh, sí, pero ese se pegaban en la piel así y los, a ver si se quitaba. Pero este vato, no sé si puedes ver la fecha de cuándo se lo pintó la primera vez o se lo peinó. Tiene en el TikTok, tiene
Impressive jawline, by the way.
February 13th.
o sea, lo hizo obviamente para agarrar Clout y hasta puso su, ¿cómo se dice? GoFundMe y todo.
I feel like this is a very low risk, very high reward situation for her.
I don't. I just can't.
With what?
Like,
The Gorilla Glue hair?
yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that they did it after the other situation, and it's just like now you can tell for sure it's for clout, but it's
Ándale.
like, but that's a normal thing now in society, you know, people doing stuff for clout. So
Stupid
it's like,
things.
Tide
all right,
Pods.
¿Por qué yo no
yeah.
puedo hacer algo bien menso y hacerme famoso?
You kind of did, but you didn't go
You
through
are
with
doing
it.
that right now.
Oh, yeah. Roast. Oye,
Famous though?
guacha.
He could have been famous.
La morra, ¿de qué está hablando? ¿De la Trisha Paytas?
Yeah.
La Jessica quería que me casara.
I
o sea,
love
Yeah.
Trisha Paytas.
We got like
I
five
had like
followers.
I have like
I shipped real hard.
me too.
Aw.
I hated her for a while, but then I feel like now she's coming back.
Wait,
Yeah.
you ship what? Who?
Shipped means like I ship
Yeah.
you, like I want
Pero a mí,
you and Trisha Paytas.
con ella.
Paytas,
I
yeah.
wanted that
Amazing.
to happen so bad.
Yeah.
Actually,
It
if you
would
think
not
about
have
it,
worked.
there's a lot of things happening this month, and actually, it's a 1-year anniversary also when Mickey sent that video
Oh,
to.
wow, that's
It's been
She's
a
all
year?
engaged now.
Yeah.
the little music.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Alex, check it out. When did
Check
we
on our
post
YouTube
that
channel.
on our
Bachelorette.
YouTube channel?
Have you been listening to the
Yeah.
Frenemies podcast?
Sí.
Yeah.
¿Estás enterada tú de eso? Mucho,
I've been watching
demasiado
some.
drama.
I've been watching
No me
Yeah.
pasa.
Isn't that the whole
Watch.
point?
When was the day that we posted and send it to her?
11 months
I
ago.
loved
Go in.
it.
No, go in there.
¿Viste el video este?
Sí, claro.
Go
Dos
in the video.
veces.
Click the video.
Click the video.
Lo vi yo sola y luego lo vi con mi hermana.
I hate the transformation in this video.
¿No te gusta la
No,
transformación?
you go from
March
wow
7th.
to eh.
March 7th
¿Tú qué
is the
piensas?
year.
His
Es
long
cierto-
hair looked better.
Yeah,
Es cierto, Karen. ¿Tú qué
obviously.
piensas?
¿Qué?
¿Me miraba más curada así o con las greñas toda larga y todo cuachalote?
No sé, me gustan las dos y I like long hair too on dudes, but I think that was a nice
You look
cut.
so good right there.
But I think he
Amazing.
looks really good on
And
the
as
other
soon
one,
as
too.
that video popped up, she went, ooh.
Jessica, me vas a convencer si sigues chuleándome.
Your
Please do it
your
again.
man spread is intense though. In this.
Yeah, it really like la ilusionó, sí, la ilusionó.
Ah, sí, cierto. Dijo,
She was like,
dijo, that's
Yeah.
big dick something.
energy,
Big
yeah.
dick, little does she know. Little does she know.
little does she know.
Hey, those wings look good, dude.
But yeah,
Yeah.
March 7th was the day we posted it.
Wow.
So in
a
6
couple
days.
days.
6 days.
Wow,
It's a year.
dude. I can't believe we're already.
Would you believe?
How we started in September, right? No, November.
Sure.
The show.
Yeah.
In 2019,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
2 years?
No, we're going on.
Going to be on.
going on 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed. It's crazy. We're gonna have a really intense looking back episode into November.
And just to think, we haven't gotten bench at all.
Yeah,
Shut
we
up,
haven't gotten
Ya,
legal trouble.
ya se hicieron éxodo ustedes.
You know what? I got something right here. Actually, I can't show it. Continue.
LOL.
Let me see if I can send it to Alex.
No, sí, haz eso.
So what else do women do in their special history month?
Plebes, díganme la neta.
Wait,
No, espérate. Tengo una pregunta para las mujeres. ¿Han celebrado Women's History Month
Ever?
en el pasado, en realidad?
Never. Never.
you just found out about it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe Jess, but not me. Like, I just acknowledge it. Like, oh yeah, like this is, I'm more open to reading about things because even as a woman, I'm learning about history, things that happen in history, especially things that women of color have done that I didn't know they did, like in history. So that's what I do appreciate. When it's Women's History Month, I read articles, I watch videos or stuff like that. But
I think it's interesting too because I was very oblivious to what was considered a basic right was not a thing for women for a while. Like what is considered a basic right, I honestly did not realize was taken. Was not. I don't know if I'm just explaining myself.
I get it.
But like,
yeah,
you're just kind of like, what?
even
That's so nuts.
Sorry to cut you off, but like
No, go
even in our own like Hispanic culture,
Cut him off, queen.
even in our even in our Hispanic culture, I feel like there's just so much internalized misogyny that even as a woman you don't realize that you're going through with things like that until like either you go into higher education or you read articles or someone else is like, look dude, and then it just all makes sense. But yeah, I feel where you're coming from on some things. You're like, oh, I didn't think of that as a right,
It's so easy to forget.
Yo digo que, en mi humilde opinión como femenina también, yo digo que women should run the world every March.
Every March, like just fully take over.
Yeah, take over, macizo.
Wait
O
for
sea,
the
los
hook.
hombres...
I see you waiting. You're winding up
already
like
looking
something's
like
about
it.
to say.
No, los
You're about to say something.
hombres deberían de quedarse en la casa lavando los trastes y la taza.
Y ni lo
That's
hacen bien.
that's not feminism either, though.
No le hacen, pero para que la reina llegue a la casa y zurre en el baño bien a gusto.
But there,
Después de que...
but there's some women who the thing is, we just want to have the choice, not you telling us to do something. So there's women who want to,
Amazing.
who want to be at home and be cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids, and that's awesome. But not because they feel like it. Some women will be like, that's my role. But others will be like, no, this is what I want to do right now. It works financially for our family, so we're going to do it. There's also, remember last time we talked about how they like are starting family leave because then dad can stay at home and moms can go to work, So I think that, yeah.
It takes an incredible amount of patience to raise kids too. I couldn't do it full time.
Peira. Oye,
Wait. Could you?
a huevo que yo sé. Si me
Pero
encuentro
bien.
una morra...
Pero
si
bien.
si me encuentro una morra que me quiera mantener.
Uh-huh.
Claro que sea.
Wait, what is the pause for?
Si me encuentro una morra que me quiera mantener.
I can't. Ew, I'm uncomfy by.
Yeah.
Oye,
Wait,
no,
do it
that.
again, Mickey.
No.
si me encuentro una morra que me quiera mantener.
No. Adios.
This tickles my ear in a weird way.
All right,
Anyway.
that was the end of the show.
Wow. Okay, like and subscribe, guys. So go to Hey Plebes.
Anyways,
Anywho.
No, la neta, no podría yo criar a los
You
hijos.
don't have the patience for it.
Hell no.
You, a 2-year-old.
I'm too much
you
of a
smacked
female.
that kid so many times. What?
¿Eh?
I can't.
Oye, no, tengo una pregunta. ¿Escuchaste el episodio pasado donde pregunté sobre el concepto italiano ese?
No, la neta no.
Ahí te lo voy a
escuché.
explicar de volada.
Okay.
Tú también, Jessica, porque...
I'm not gonna be like, yeah.
Ahí les va.
Hey, you didn't listen to the 2.5-hour episode we did last week?
Ese episodio de la...
I try to
No,
at
mira,
least hear the
Hay un concepto italiano que lo vi en una película en realidad. Se trata de que los hombres le abren la puerta a las mujeres del carro, ¿no? Para ser cordiales, ¿verdad? Es como courtesy nomás. Entonces, especialmente si vas a una cita con ella, ¿no? Pues este vato le dice a su sobrino, le dice, es un concepto italiano que le está diciendo. Dice, tú le debes de abrir la puerta a la muchacha, ¿no? Le abres, se sube, le cierras pero you walk around the back y miras para enfrente, y si la muchacha no extiende, y esto es en los tiempos pasados, ¿no? Cuando tenía sentido, si no extiende su mano y deslaquea tu puerta, you dump her, dijo, porque she's a selfish broad o algo así, no sé cómo lo dijo, ¿no? Y luego, pero se trata de que en la película supuestamente él está noviando y conoce a una muchacha y le hace se acuerda que su tío le dijo eso y le abre la puerta, la cierra y luego por atrás mira para enfrente y mira que la muchacha le deslaquea la puerta y él dice,
Wow.
y se emociona el morro, pues,
Yeah.
se emociona mucho.
Interesting.
They were
I've
saying
never
the
done
reason
that.
why.
I've never done that.
They say the reason why is because the girl's selfish and she's only thinking about herself in the relationship. And
That's so stupid.
no, that's what the movie says.
The movie.
That's what the movie
yeah.
says.
Oh,
Pero, no,
if they
es el
don't
que-
do it.
es el que
Okay.
se
Yeah,
te-
I was saying if the girl doesn't do
I
that
thought that
favor
was
to
your
you,
opinion.
that she's only thinking about herself.
¿Qué
in the
piensas de
relationship.
eso? ¿Qué piensas del
I think
concepto?
it's dumb.
¿Se te hace pirata? Que
These are not my words.
También
It's
se
the
me hace
movie.
pirata que los hombres tengan que abrir la puerta todo el tiempo.
no tienen que abrir la puerta, es cortesía, es cordial.
I
nomás.
don't really care about it.
Es cordial nomás. Es una buena costumbre nomás. Es
Some
todo.
manners.
Has anybody been stuck on the door holding it for like 6 people?
Sí, pero hay
Yeah.
que regresar a la plática de esta italiana.
Okay.
Ahí te va.
Poor LG.
Quiero saber qué piensas tú pues de esa idea.
I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
El concepto de que si el morro le abre la puerta y la cierra, si ella no le deslaquea la puerta
Yeah.
o hace el esfuerzo de...
I just think like if they open it de vez en cuando, it's nice. I don't know, because I think of like when
Vamos a hablar de una cita con alguien que vas conociendo. Es la
yeah.
primera las
If
primeras
if
citas.
they do it, I'm like, oh, that's nice. But I don't know why in my head I wouldn't think like, oh, I need to unlock the door for him, because I figure like now los carros son automáticos, so
Yeah.
if
O
they
sea,
unlock
ese es el pedo ahorita,
you
¿no?
know,
Ese
so
es
it's
el
like
pedo.
it's already unlocked.
It's a moot point.
But yeah, that's why maybe I didn't think of it that way. But yeah, if I open doors sometimes, too, like it's just a normal thing.
Tell me about your door opening
Amazing.
skills.
Ahorita con COVID así.
Actually,
whoa,
it's just, let me
that's
see those
impressive.
nails from last time you were here. Look at those.
Zoom in, Alex.
Esa sí
You
te
don't have the
rasguña.
technology.
Esa sí te rasguña en el fundillo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
La
I
última-
found them
Go ahead.
especially
Show
like that
up,
for
dude.
Mauro.
Oye, y la última vez que estuviste aquí no estabas en video, no podían ver las
No,
uñas.
no las podían ver.
Amazing.
But yeah,
You
I'm
sharpened them
just so
since then.
happy because ever since I was in high school, I always wanted this rose print. I don't know why, but this nail lady, she did it. Shout out to, she's never gonna listen to this.
Shout out to
Abigail.
Abby.
Abby, gracias por mis uñas.
Hey, if you want 10% off, you can plug her Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll tell
Oh,
her.
sí es cierto.
Yeah,
Ella
that's
los hace.
Yeah, she does them. She lives
¿Cuál es su
close by
negocio,
here.
pues?
Lo hace en su casa de uñas.
Ella
Listen.
misma nomás.
Ella así como tú tienes setup aquí, así your whole little.
Pues shout out
little
her
thing.
Instagram.
Yeah, I
Our target
don't know it.
demographic
Her name is
does nails. So.
Abigail Acosta. And I can give you guys her Instagram stuff so you
Amazing.
can
Nice.
link her.
Cool
'cause-
for the future.
Plug.
Yeah.
That's a
Wait,
commercial.
Casa de
Many
how'd you
petties
say?
is nice.
¿Casa de qué?
Casa de uñas?
House of Nails?
That's what you said.
No.
Yeah, you said
En
that.
caso de.
Oh.
In case of
Yeah.
Casa de uñas, it just sounds like a horror movie in
No,
Spanish.
no, yeah, it does.
Casa de uñas.
Yeah, Casa de uñas.
Próximamente en Telemundo. Casa de
Jessica, ¿tu novio no te ha abierto
UDN.
la puerta del carro ni una vez o que por eso dices que it's stupid?
Yes.
¿Y por qué no le has dicho a él, that's stupid, why you doing that?
No.
No, I'm saying that for me, like, I wouldn't go on a first date being like, oh, if he doesn't open the door for me, that's
no.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
No,
meant.
pero...
Ay, tú qué exagerado.
pero
tú
está
eres
chilo
muy
que no.
literal. I don't mind. I don't really care either way.
Yeah.
Entonces,
I don't
I
think
agree.
more of him because he opens a door
No?
for me. No.
para nada.
No.
Ningún poquito.
So what's something that you,
Wait, I
you
would
ladies
though.
would?
Maybe that's my little thing. I would be like, oh, that's sweet. Like if he opens the door for me.
¿Verdad? O sea, es un detallito, es como regalar flores, pero tú no eres detallista.
So
It
what's
shows that they
something
care.
that you would say, oh, that's sweet, date him?
I don't think anything that he would say. I think it'd be more like the effort he puts in to like spend quality time with me. I
Yeah,
guess.
I agree on that.
But I mean,
Amazing.
isn't that also an act of kindness to do? I mean, isn't that the effort that should be reciprocated?
It should.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't see it like that important.
Mm.
¿No se te figura
I
que es
mean-
buen concepto para educar a tus hijos, especialmente a los hombres? Como, hey,
Yeah.
esto no es obligatorio, obviamente, pero es cordial y cortesía abrirle las puertas a las mujeres en una cita. No seas mamón.
I would genuinely tell my kids like learn whoever you're interested in, learn about their love languages. Like what is attractive to them, you know? So if it's act of service or if it's affection, if it's gifts, like everybody has their own way of like,
You guys were talking about this
to
on the podcast
demonstrate
the other
that.
day.
Hablamos de eso en un episodio pasado.
Nice.
We touched up on it
On
for the
mine,
first time.
En mi
What's
lista,
yours?
porque son 5, ¿no? Ya no me acuerdo si Alex se desconectó.
I
Él
think got kicked
I think
out.
Mickey's a service.
got kicked out for some reason. Pero a lo último está Words of Affirmation.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
At the end, that's the
me
least
for
important
sure,
for me.
though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my number one.
No, that's the least
last.
important for me.
For you?
I forgot what mine was.
Es más, bueno,
What's your first one?
So
Acts
it's
of
right
service?
here.
acts of service,
Yeah.
yeah. Tomando consideración
Quality
que
time, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of people.
tomando consideración de que en realidad todos aceptamos los 5 y usamos los 5, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí, sí.
Yeah.
Pero
Nomás
tú
los puse,
pones en tu orden.
nomás los puse en el orden que para mí
Más importante.
el ¿cómo se llama? Hey, Alex, me los quitaste. What the?
He wants to do a quiz.
No manches.
He's still in the
Regrésate, Alex.
He's looking for the thing, but
Ahí estaban ya y ahora no los veo.
he wanted more in
There
depth.
you
Ok,
go,
mira.
there you go, there you go.
Entonces, para mí, acts of service. ¿Cuál dije después? Oh, yeah. Physical touch, quality time, receiving gifts y words of affirmation.
That's the order.
Ese es el orden para mí.
I think mine would be my last one would be receiving gifts and words of affirmation.
You
A
kind of
ver,
cut out over there.
repítelo desde el principio.
I think my like the last thing on my list would be receiving gifts. I think that's the
Yeah,
last thing.
I'm on the same boat.
Hmm.
Actually, hold on. Let me put some dub music.
A ver, ¿cuál es el tuyo, Cari?
I'm trying to think. For sure, words of affirmation.
Does that mean like reassurance?
Yeah, kind of like I
It's
love you.
not-
Okay, I
it's
take
just
it back
like,
then. I need a
Or,
lot of
you're
reassurance.
beautiful.
Yeah, I need a lot
You're
of
beautiful.
reassurance.
Thank you for
Ah,
doing
women
this
want
for
that.
me.
Me gustas
Yeah.
morra?
Oh,
Me
not like
gustas,
that.
morra.
Not like that.
Or like just thank you, or like you
Está
know,
bien chula, morra.
or even just being like I saw how hard you worked on that project. Like that's good. You know, like things like that.
Acknowledgement.
Like, acknowledgement.
Validation.
Like,
A mí
validation.
me caga tanto eso que estaba texteando con una morra que era una amiga de mi juventud y nos habíamos perdido por años y luego empecé a textear con ella de repente y se estaba desviando no sé si ya te dije,
Ujú.
se estaba desviando
Yeah, we
esta
had
que
that talk.
esa fue la misma, contigo estaba hablando así,
Sí.
que me dijo, yo le comenté, me gustabas cuando estábamos morritos y no se le salía de la cabeza eso.
Oh, is this the girl that you
'Cause she
were
w-
telling me about? The one that
Que decía-
se enojó con su hermana?
Sí, sí.
Aw,
Y
she's
des-
weird.
That she was
I'm
saying.
sorry,
that
girl,
she was
but
saying.
that was weird.
That was
And
weird.
what did you
Yeah.
think? Like, because she
Oh,
wanted
did-
to hear more of
and-
like how pretty I am.
So did you really like
But I
me
think
back
that's
then?
different. Though.
Why did you like me?
Así, quería que le dijera, ya le había explicado, sí, es que cuando nunca te dije, pero básicamente le estaba confesando que tenía un crush en ella, ¿no? Pero quería que le repitiera la historia. But what did you like about me? Así como, come on, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hey, Mickey.
Las nalgas, ¿quieres que te diga o qué?
Mickey.
I read through some of those messages.
You're beautiful.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Mira esa sonrisa. That
¿Me vas a
smile,
convencer?
Mickey, you all right?
Words of
Yeah,
affirmation.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Does that count if you do like a half of a compliment?
A ver.
Like, you are adequate.
No.
That doesn't count.
For
yo
Mickey,
creo que sí.
oh wait, I don't know.
Yeah, for Mickey that'll work.
Okay, for Mickey that'll work. That'll do it. That'll
Especialmente porque no sé qué significa adequate y se escucha bien así.
do it. Adecuado.
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 Pero en inglés se escucha como bien de la alta
Oh,
alcurnia acá como...
sounds proper.
Adequate is a Pokemon. It's a
It's a water Pokemon.
Yeah, it's the evolved form of Psyduck.
Yeah,
Ah, there it is. There it is.
for sure.
It's like basically
Isn't
you're
that
like
Golduck?
Oh
you're
yeah,
like
Golden.
not enough, but you're there.
You're adequate.
Amazing. I like that.
Yeah.
Adequate is the evolution of aqueduct.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
You're welcome. Yeah, that one's for
Hey.
free. Question: the whole love language, has that always been a thing? Like, or did we just recently come upon it?
How did we come up upon that?
No, like as a people, like I was like, oh, that's just my
Oh.
love language, or that's whatever.
Maybe the 80s or 90s.
Really, it's been that old?
I think so.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a 2014.
That's where a lot of like theories have started already in the 80s or 90s, and now people are learning more about them.
Because like somebody had to go. All right, we got to boil
We'll see.
down. We
Got
got
it. High five to myself.
1992.
You go, girl. You go, queen.
girl.
I go queen.
I go queen. Wait, going into queen mode. LOL. All right, so then let's do queries. You
wanna go?
You guys want to do queries?
Yeah, let's do queries.
What's that? questions?
Yeah.
Son las queries que nos hacen en el
Every week.
internet.
Every week we put
like,
up a
hey,
thing.
Abby.
I got it though.
Or
Don't
dear
worry
Abby.
about
Play
it.
the music. Play the music.
Pero que contesten las morras, eh.
Yeah.
Cue the music.
All right, here we go. Where's? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Napoleon.
Oh, that was a fail. Here we go.
Womp.
Queries. All right,
Nice.
Queries.
let's start. The first one comes from McCalvo6.
Shout out to McCalvo 6.
McCalvo.
McCalvo 1 through 5? 6 though.
Es el Elliot para los que no sabían.
Actually, I have a theory, but we'll get to that later. Okay, so McCalvo says, si los plebes tuvieran la oportunidad de viajar a otro planeta, pero no regresar, irían. So in English, if you had the opportunity to go to a different planet, but not come back to the planet Earth, would you go?
No.
If I had, I mean, that's a pretty broad and very, like, how does that mean? We're just like on a space station somewhere?
I don't know.
None of those planets are inhabitable.
Yeah. Like,
Pero la idea es que en un imagínate que en un
Mars.
futuro ya pudieron habitar uno de estos planetas, tienen algún dome ahí donde puedes ir a vivir.
you know where I would go?
¿A dónde?
Uranus.
Amazing.
Such a
I would
childish joke.
I would go to your titties.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Not even
Your
a place.
titties, your titties, and it's spelled URTITUS.
Yeah.
Titus.
Okay, so let's
Tinnitus.
imagine a scenario where these planets are inhabitable.
Oh,
So
okay.
where would you go? Uranus.
Yo me iría. No, would you go is the question. Would you go?
The thing is, you can't come
Yo
back
sí
to
me iría.
planet Earth.
If I go and come back, but there
You
has to
can't.
be
No,
there has
you
to
can't
be
come back.
there has to be no, I'm sorry. If I go with no trip with no way back, how many people are coming with me? Because I'm not gonna go by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
not gonna
true.
go with 3 people.
Yeah.
I gotta go with 100 or a few.
Scarlett
or
Johansson,
more.
gordo. No más. ¿Se hace o no se hace?
I'd still
Yo sí, ya me vamos.
No.
Will we just be watching Netflix just for eternity?
Te vas a morir de todos
You'd
modos. Te
repopulate
mueres having
Mars.
sex.
She wants to.
Yo tuve sexo.
She'll want to.
Yeah, if
There
she
it is.
wants to have sex.
She'll want to.
All right, okay, fine. Sure, why not? Let's go to Mars.
The thought of it just that goes back to that fear of mine of being alone.
Same.
Yeah, being like the
Same.
whole homeless
Okay.
thing.
I'm going with the colony of
Vamos a
100
decir que
to 1,000 people.
¿Sí? Suena demasiado avanzada la tecnología para eso ya.
So I guess-
Yo creo que
I'm
10
going with the
personas.
colony. I'm not going by myself, and I'm not going with 2 people.
10.
That's not enough. I'm gonna eat one of them.
A ver, Cari,
I
di.
think that if it were in the perfect conditions of how I would say, like, oh yeah, like, poner mis condiciones, yo sí me iría a un planeta. Pero eso, que hubieran como mínimo 1,000 o 500 personas. Y
¿No te irías con los
Sí.
primeros días?
no me iría.
Porque en este concepto, obviamente,
What if your crush was in the 10?
Tuviera que estar aquí en la tierra Earth, like, nasty, you know, for me to be like, I gotta go.
You'd really have to think
Yeah.
think it through to.
I think if the planet Earth was dying and there's no way to live in this planet anymore, then that's the last resort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y tú, Miki, you said, where would you go though? What planet?
Ok, eso significa que... No,
From
esa no es la
all
pregunta.
my
Yo me iría a
last
Saturn porque quiero ver los aros
Rings.
The ring.
de cerca. No, pero... Ok.
You're not gonna make it.
Entonces, es, lo que me están queriendo decir ustedes es que si vivieran en la era de Interstellar, the movie, sí se irían. Porque Interstellar se trataba de que...
Like,
Oh,
condiciones
yeah.
perfectas.
De que ya no crecía la comida en la tierra porque
Estaba-
los nutrientes estaban
Porque
secando.
se tragaron todo.
Ajá.
Sí.
Los
Yeah.
resources se habían acabado.
Or like the movie Wall-E.
Yeah.
Pues sí.
That's more realistic
Yeah.
because it's all trash.
All right, moving on.
All right, next one.
Jessica, ¿te irías?
No.
¿A quién te llevarías si te vas?
Nadie. I don't want to go.
What would it take for
She
you to
would
go?
die with Earth. She'd be like,
What
RIP.
conditions would allow you to go?
¿Es cierto, te morirías si la Tierra se está muriendo aquí? ¿Te quedarías aquí?
I think if it was like to the point where you just could not live on Earth anymore, then maybe I'd go.
Yeah.
Qué flojera.
Just imagine the fun of just taking off in a rocket, though. That's
That's
gotta
why
be
I'm saying
amazing.
no.
Y si te dijeran,
I'm
si te
just
dijeran-
so anxious about everything.
si
so
te dijeran, hey, te quedan 5 años de vida nada más, ¿no te irías de todos modos?
No.
No,
Menos.
menos me
No.
quedara.
And that movie Interstellar, dude, literally terrifies me.
That is
Mickey, I
could
found
not sleep
titties.
after
Never
watching that movie
watched
because of thought.
Hay una luna,
Es una
es una
luna.
luna.
Yeah, it's a moon
Una,
and Saturn.
luna que se llama Titties.
Titties.
That's
Okay.
That's not how it's pronounced.
That is-
Anyways.
Gordo, are you a scientist?
Are you?
Are you a scientist? Why you ask? ¿Por qué me estás contestando la pregunta con una pregunta?
I can't.
Because we're
That's
not.
probably-
Neither of us are
Are you a
scientists.
scientist?
We're not scientists.
Are you a scientist?
We are not.
Are you a scientist?
My statement is correct. We are not scientists.
I'm not asking about we. Are you a scientist?
I am not.
Just say
Neither
no.
are
Just
you.
get this
Wait,
moving.
are
Let's
you
get
a
this show on the road.
scientist?
I am not a scientist.
Okay, then stop putting me in a microscope.
Microscope.
No. Mames.
No.
¿Cómo parece eso que no te habla, loco?
All right, let's go.
Vámonos, next question.
So next question comes from Kate, not Kate. What up, Kate?
Hola, Kate.
What up, not Kate?
She says, "What's your favorite? What's your favorite chip? ¿Cuál es tu favorito? Y chip."
Oh, I can answer this really fast. I have 3 tiers of. No, I'm kidding.
You have it upside down. Es todo.
Hot
I'll show
Cheetos,
you.
nice.
Hot
okay.
Cheetos, hot Cheetos.
Hot
Regular
Cheetos.
hot Cheetos, extra hot,
Hot,
limon.
just hot Cheetos. I with lime too.
Hot fries is my all-time favorite. Specifically hot fries.
Are those Alex's favorite?
Jessica.
Toreadas?
¿Cuáles son los tuyos?
Probably roofless.
Those are good.
Roofless?
Roofless are great.
Wait.
There's flaming hot roofless. Have you had those?
No.
They're so
Wait,
good.
roofless queso or like regular plain
Like
ruffles?
the queso ones, the one that say exceso grasa, exceso.
Exceso de sodio.
They have to say that now, right?
Hey, plebes.
The Mexican ones do.
Yeah.
There's like a big
Los
black-
chetos de bolita ahorita son mis
Oh,
favoritos.
the Astro ones.
No,
No,
los que
sí.
venden en México. Chetos de
cheese balls?
bolita. Los que siempre me traen de México a mí.
A ver. Chetos de bolitas.
Chetos de bolita, sí. Sabrita. Esos,
Oh,
esos son mis favoritos siempre.
yes.
Pero
Those are tits.
en realidad, los mejores que he
Hell
probado son los Fiery Habanero. Que ya no
Yes,
existen.
the mythical
Oh,
one.
you're always complaining about this.
Dude,
Yeah.
I agree though. Those were so bomb. They were the bomb.com/amazing. It was great.
Mine would be the Ruffles queso one.
Queso.
It's
yeah.
queso.
Those are your favorite?
Not, I wouldn't say favorite, but it's one I go to more because
Yeah.
You
guys,
customize it too.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
just
put your salsas
chile.
on there.
Chuntaros
too.
would always
Yeah.
buy it here. But I actually, before that, it would be Flaming Hots con limón.
I will
Yeah,
say this though: the
same.
Doritos Nacho from Mexico are bomb.
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys,
cheesy.
listen.
Yeah.
I have an obsession with all the chips, and when I went to Mexico with my friends, and we went to Cancun, and we went with Mauro too. But anyway, we were coming
Shout out to
back.
Mauro.
Yeah, shout out to Mauro, mi amorcito.
Amazing!
And and we were coming back, and I
Same.
couldn't stop eating. We were coming back during COVID too, like when it barely started in March.
Go on.
From
Yeah.
Cancun. We stopped in Monterrey, then Mexico DF, and then Hermosillo, which is where we were gonna like come back to Nogales. So anyway, I couldn't
love that.
stop eating chips. I couldn't stop eating Doritos
Yes.
because those are so good, and I
They're
would buy them
amazing.
everywhere. And I had hella gastritis, and my ankles se me hincharon. Like I had so much sodio, and they were like,
Damn.
"Karina, you need to stop." I'm like, "I'm just anxious." I'm like, "I'm anxiety
Literally
eating."
can't.
Because we were looking at the news as like I was scared that they were gonna tell us you have to stay in Mexico. So I was just like eating all my feelings, like todavía cuando pasa la muchacha, ¿cómo dice la bromosa? I don't know how you another word. Yeah.
What is that?
The flight
Massage?
attendant.
Oh,
flight attendant.
why is this? Why are
Oh,
you
it's because she has the card.
Rolling?
She has the card.
Se está haciendo
She
tortillas.
has the car and she's going by with the car. And so she's like, oh, quieren torta y pero la torta de así una torta mexicana con un pan Virginia y los Doritos esos. Oh my gosh.
That sounds
Dude.
awesome.
Con razón
You're making
andaba
me
hinchada. But
LOL.
anyway, that was my little story.
I love how you were stress eating, but you were like, I literally can't stop.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're like, Gotti, stop. Because y luego me comía Tums. I'm like, I don't know why I have gastritis. I don't know why. I don't know why I have
I took Tums.
agruras.
It's fine.
And they're like, dude, you've been eating hella Doritos.
That's
Oh, you know another one that actually, once you pop, you can't stop? Pringles.
Oh,
I like how you stayed and waited for that answer too, because you know damn
like-
well.
Yeah, there's
what
only
it
one
is.
answer, but I was like, are you gonna say something other than Pringles? 'Cause-
Yeah. All right, let's go
I
to the
like-
next one.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
no, what were you gonna say?
No,
Right.
I was just gonna say I also
Like-
shout out to Flaming Hot Funyuns.
Oh, yeah.
really
You know
love
what?
those.
That's the first time I tried them because I hate Funyuns, the smell of it. But that one time
That
you bought
combo.
them, it hit.
It hit different.
Yeah, and I love it. I kind of like it now.
Moving on.
They're
All right,
bomb.
let's go.
Lol.
Oh,
how
we
you
got-
spelled Funyuns though.
We got a shout out from the podcast
Funyuns.
Tales from the Tub.
Hey.
Shout out to our partner in crime.
Oh, this is a good one.
A ver.
Ooh,
Oye, Jessica, ¿no empezaste a escuchar Tales from the Top? Está pesada la morra para contar historietas.
She's
Yeah,
heavy,
she's
dude.
really good.
Yeah, she is.
¿Le
It's
pegaste
another
unos llegues?
Yeah.
It's another podcast?
Sí,
Yeah, it's
estuvo
our
aquí,
friend
es la que estuvo
Kate.
aquí con nosotros.
Oh,
She
yeah,
tells
yeah,
great
yeah.
stories.
And her episodes are way shorter than ours.
Yep.
Yeah, nosotros-
That should be a
Nacho!
So,
Nacho.
Tales from the Tub. Kate says, "What is your favorite Nacho Libre line?"
Oh, there's so many.
Oh, no.
Get that corn out of my face.
Yeah.
Ah, ya no la...
lie, Steven.
Lego my
All right,
blouse.
let's make it more. Let's make it. You can't select the same one, so everybody has to select a different
Can I
one.
pick one first?
Yeah.
Okay. Lego my blouse.
One that I always love and I don't know why is you went to watch a wrestling match?
Encarnación.
Yes.
Encarnación. Tiriririrí.
I do not know.
You don't know
Get out
You
of
guys
here.
are old.
Jess,
What?
Josue and I are younger than you,
I
and
know.
our favorite
How old
one.
are you?
we
I've
can
never
both
watched this
agree
movie
on.
so many times that I'm like
I watch
memorizing
this
quotes.
every year.
everybody.
Like at least once.
Wait,
If you claim to
Jessica.
be Mexican at all in one grain of it, then
Yeah.
you gotta like love this movie.
¿No has visto esta película tú?
I have. I've watched it
Ah,
a
okay.
couple times, but I don't like memorize.
Oh my God.
yeah,
She wasn't
what an
vibing with
iconic
All right,
intro.
Tokai, Alex, what are your favorite lines?
I want to win.
I want to
perfect.
win.
That was perfect.
Yeah, I love that. What about you?
I don't want to get paid to lose. I want to win. Yeah, I love
Who's
that.
next?
It was you.
It was you.
Actually, yeah. You know, I had diarrhea since last Easter.
Do you know I've had
diarrhea since last Easter.
Sisters.
Hay demasiadas, hay demasiadas.
So many.
love
The whole movie is quotable, dude.
Yeah.
It is.
Choncho. Sometimes. Yeah. I got distracted by that one.
Nacho, let me borrow some sweats.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my other
Sometimes
one too.
a grown man.
By the way,
wears
Chancho
stretchy
looks like
pants
your
in his
little
room.
nephew.
Yes, for fun. Dude, I'm surprised how good he looks he looks very Mexican.
You know why I like this movie? Because I don't feel like he's appropriating the culture, because he went to a town in Oaxaca and he used actual people from the town as actors. Like that's why I love it so much.
I like that.
And I showed it
Sorry.
to my students. Like every year I show them this movie. Like we watch it every semester because I just love it. And like he's like the only white dude. Like everybody else is like Hispanic, and like he gave Esqueleto his big break. Like as an actor. Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, what's the
sí,
other
sí.
one? I'm not a man. I'm a man of science. What was
yeah.
it?
Esa me gusta,
I
sí.
believe in science.
I believe in science.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
this
I
is
al-
such a good movie.
I always
These are the Lord's chips.
I quote little kiss, big hug, little kiss. I don't know the order, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Hug, kiss,
Kiss,
kiss.
kiss. Little hug, little kiss.
All right, that was good.
That was
we
an
can
awesome-
talk about. That was a
Gracias,
great one.
Kate.
Yeah,
Gracias,
thank you.
Kate.
Everybody, look, I think there's gonna be more people out there that now I feel are gonna be more upset about Nacho Libre, but
No.
it's so
I don't
good.
think so.
I don't think so. That's what I'm telling you. I just feel like Jack Black also, if you know, like if you actually know who he is, like he tries to be like involved in social justice, or at least like to support people, like
Yeah.
and also like he's unproblematic for me.
He also said
He's
somewhere in an interview.
He's
Hasta que,
wholesome.
pues sí,
Yeah.
hasta que le encuentren algo, porque...
Pero
la-
hasta la fecha no le han encontrado nada. ¿Tú crees? Hasta
pero
by
si,
this time I feel
We've
like they would
been
have found
looking.
something.
si se
Yeah.
ponen a buscarle, le van a encontrar alguna mamada. Son
Nah.
bien mamones.
But it would be like flaky, and people would be like, nah, because I'm not saying he's perfect.
Was that
but
Rihanna wearing an omelet?
That's not relative.
No.
Anyways, the thing that with Jack Black, he was saying that he didn't want to even take the role because he's like, I'm
Yeah.
not Mexican.
Exactly.
But I forgot what happened, and they figured out, and he saw the concept. He's like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Bro,
now."
I
in
never-
the,
So he
but
went
in the
with it.
storyline, he says, he's like, I'm not Mexican, like my parents are European, he says, and I got stuck in the missionary here.
Yeah.
Like that's his storyline.
And that's the way it
What?
works too.
Yeah.
That's the way it
No
works.
way.
He's like, my mom is a nun from I don't know where, and my dad
They
is
tried
a,
to convert each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they tried to convert each other.
I thought
but
it was
they're
just because
European.
one was Catholic and one was an atheist, and that's it. I didn't know it was because
No, yeah,
he's
they're-
not Mexican.
He's not Mexican. He just
Yeah,
they
and that's
both
why,
died.
and that's why it works because he's not actually Mexican.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That kind
why
of
he-
breaks my brain. I didn't realize.
So I feel like that's why people are like, oh, it's not problematic. And the fact, like I said, that there's like they're using actual people from the pueblo. Yeah. And people, yeah, I love it.
Cause Ram says does not dance at the party.
Okay, let's go to the next.
All right.
Está bien curada la
That was a
película.
good question.
Si
Yeah, that
siguen,
was a good one.
si siguen con esas... Moving on.
Moving on. What else you
All
got?
right, this is the last
Hector
one.
Jimenez.
Excuse me, sorry. This one comes from Jesse. He says, should I become a Guido? In Spanish,
God.
quería convertirme en un Guido.
¿Qué es
Like-
eso? Jesse.
Like, yeah, buddy.
You never
Like
watched
Jersey
Jersey
Shore.
This
Yes,
fool's
from
been
Jersey Shore.
he's been lately on a Jersey Shore grind.
I love it.
I love Jersey Shore.
No.
Pero
The
¿qué es
answer is
eso?
no.
It just means like an
What's a Guido?
Italian American, but like in your face.
Okay,
Italian
it's like a no quemaca,
yeah,
but for
Italian.
Italians. You know,
Como-
like an Edgar.
It's like the tacuache.
Como
The
Edgar.
tacuaches, yeah.
Yeah.
An
Dude.
Edgar haircut.
Dude, we all know Edgar.
Yeah.
Pull up.
No
What's his
quemaca.
name?
Who?
Pauly D.
Pauly,
Pauly D,
Pauly,
yeah.
Pauly D.
That's the Guido.
That's the Guido of Guido.
No, the other one is the
No,
more.
he's the best.
No, he's cool. The other one, the situation is.
Oh, Mike, he's the douchey
He's
Guido.
a douchey Guido.
But that's how a lot of Guidos are, though.
That's
right.
what I'm saying. That he's a
He's a
quintessential.
stereotypical Guido.
Oh God, I hate
That
Michael
hair on
Versace.
That's hilarious.
I want that to be me.
Yeah, you're Michael Cera.
Oh my god!
I want that to be me.
Impressive volume, though. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Like, he puts hella gel.
Is
on
Jesse
puedo-
Italian?
Yo me puedo hacer las greñas así ahorita.
Just put Pauly D so we know we have a reference there.
Cari, yo me puedo hacer las greñas así como el
Yeah, you probably could.
como el exagerado ese.
Michael Cera.
Oh yeah, Jesse, is he Italian or is he just being stupid?
He's just appropriating culture.
Okay.
He's just appropriate. But you know what? It's fine because
Why?
Italians are European, so it's fine.
Ah.
You can't oppress the oppressor.
Also, we don't believe in appropriating culture aquí.
Well,
As in Mexican.
well,
You.
yeah.
Oh,
You know what's crazy about
It doesn't
Jersey
it doesn't
Shore?
exist. Eh?
ya va a
In
empezar.
Jersey Shore,
Thank you
there's
for-
like a specific like
For that.
De nada.
a brand
Got you,
that
OG.
would send out Snooki like purses for free in order to make the competitor look like trashy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like Gucci was sending her like Louis Vuitton
No.
bags.
Oh, okay.
So she could like use them.
To make Louis
To
Vuitton.
tarnish the image?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I don't know how
That's-
true that is, but I read it once.
That's
and I
like
was
the
aware.
world's most expensive way to tear someone down.
But it made Louis Vuitton more money, though, because people were buying hella Louis Vuitton bags. I remember.
I mean, wouldn't you want your brand to be in everyone's hands? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't that make the most sense?
Pero ¿de qué se trató esto, Jessica? ¿Qué es lo que estaba pasando? ¿Qué?
So have you watched Jersey Shore?
No.
Well, Snooki is like the little meatball.
Yeah.
That's what they call her, meatball. in the group. But
Porque
she
era chaparrita y
Chapita.
llenita.
and
Yenny.
she was crazy. Like there's like scenes of her like just like trashed at the beach and stuff like that. But she was always holding like a designer purse. Y la cosa era que like the competitor of that specific designer was sending them that designer's purses so she could wear them and make the brand look trashy.
Interesting. Saben que hablando de
Allegedly.
brands y movies y
Someone will get
mamadas,
sued.
Allegedly.
súper recientemente, yo creo que los plebes ya saben,
¿Qué?
en las películas hay un contrato, aparentemente no sé cómo está, de que los
iPhones.
no, los enemigos, sí, o cómo se dice, los villanos no
the
pueden tener
antagonists.
iPhones.
Yeah,
The
I read that
Yeah.
article too.
Y entonces puedes más o menos deducir quién es bueno o quién es malo. Just by looking at their phones.
The
Es como un
most-
es como un ¿cómo se le llama? Un spoiler.
Yeah, like
Most
a foreshadow.
prominently in Knives Out.
Porque o sea que
there
sí hay una película donde sospechas de todos, porque de eso se trata la película. Pero sí, haz de cuenta que si sospechas de una morra y saca un iPhone de repente, puedes decir, oh, it's not her.
By the way, Knives Out was
Yeah.
so
That's
good.
crazy.
O sea, el iPhone, la Apple les tiene prohibido que un villano
You know what? I weirdly hate people who have Androids. Like that green bubble bothers me.
You're part of the problem. You know?
Sorry. I'm not gonna
We
change.
racist
I don't
over
know
here.
why people have such a crazy, intense like hatred towards green.
Gordo, green bubbles don't matter. Es lo único que te voy a decir.
How
No, Mickey.
dare you?
No, bye.
Moving on.
Moving on.
There's some legit awesome Android phones. Like I'm an Android user at heart. I before I got my iPhone,
Green bubbles.
I appreciate the
Who's
advancements
controlling
that.
the computer? Alex?
Alex is, I swear, he's like a kindergarten can't find. Hey, Alex, do
Also,
you
the way he
have
searches is
Yeah.
always goofy, dude.
Alex? Do you have Zoomer news?
Oh, ya se acabó la
Hold
esta?
on, my monitor ran out of battery.
Oh man.
Wow.
Amazing.
I guess we'll have to talk about something.
So
Oh, no,
green
pero-
bubbles.
No,
well, okay,
espérate.
what I was gonna say
Sí,
is that
di-
like I appreciate the advancements that other companies make in their smartphone game, and they always get trashed by Apple users because Apple's like, well, they're stupid whatever phones. I hate green bubbles. You know, sorry, no offense, that's you.
Cuando
Kind of offense, but it's just annoying to me that like people hate just because it's different. Like that's exactly what
It's like, I'll
discrimination.
date a guy if he
Pero-
doesn't open the door, but I won't date him if he has a green bubble.
amazing.
Yeah, it's crap like that. You're like,
It's called preferences. Wait, I can't say that. Go
Yeah,
on.
you can
Then
say
you're a
preferences.
snowflake.
No, something else gonna?
look, next year or 2 years or 3 years from now,
wait.
Apple's gonna have
Wasn't
a
there
folding
that whole
phone.
thing with that like lady
See, I don't
who
like
got
the folding
offended
phone thing.
with the whole preference thing? What is
Dude,
that?
Apple's gonna make you want it though.
No, because I saw the 10 and look, it's cracked.
No, it's not.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
look.
back on.
All right, cool.
¿Qué fue lo
I
que?
thought this was the crack.
No.
LOL. She cracked her iPhone.
And it's a 10.
Oh, yo también creí que la almohada era el crack de lejos.
It's right there.
Pero ¿qué estás diciendo? Que todavía...
Es que me dijo, I said, I wouldn't be into the flip phone iPhone if they were to make one. And he said, yeah, Apple would make you want it. And I said, no, because I have the 10 XR and it's broken. And I only get an update if I need to, like if it's up my 2 years.
See, that's
I
a
can, like,
smart
get
thing
it
to do.
off.
That's what
Yo tampoco-
most people don't do that.
Yeah.
Yo tampoco le
You're
entraría
right.
al foldable iPhone.
Me either.
Yo no le entraría.
You say that now, but they're gonna make you want it, and you're gonna get it.
How are they gonna make me want
They're
it?
gonna make you want it. They made you want the 12 or 11. What do you have?
Si la
They
ScarJo
didn't make
tiene-
me want the 12. I
Las
wanted the
Scarjo.
12.
Mickey, si la
They made
ScarJo?
you.
¿Eh?
They made you.
How?
They
Explain.
showed it to you. They gave you features, specs.
Entonces, si
and
miras una
you
morra bien
wanted it.
buena, la morra, it's making you like her.
What does the morra have to do with the
I know.
phone?
O sea, seeing
That's the way you
something...
get Mickey's attention.
Seeing something that you like does not mean that they're making you like
Okay,
it.
okay. Let's just put it to perspective. All the features on this 12 Pro Max have been available for other phones for way longer, but you
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
the iPhone.
Tengo el 11, gordo. Do I want the 12?
Whatever,
Yes.
11.
I rest my case.
That's such a technicality.
I rest my case.
Whatever,
Arrested
dude.
it.
Whatever,
They,
dude.
All right, put it to rest.
they didn't make me want the 12.
They made you want it.
How?
Their advertisement. They made you want it.
Marketing.
So, according to
Wait,
you,
why
I
did
want the
you-
12?
Okay, why
Yeah,
did you get
no,
the 12?
not the 12. The phone. He has the 11. He has the 11 Pro.
Oh.
He's
Es
gonna,
que ya,
he's gonna,
ya
se va
está
a
bien
agarrar
fregado el
de-
gordo porque...
Se va a agarrar del 12, pero it's the same thing. Last year, it was the same thing.
No. Yo no quería el 11 tampoco. How about
You
that?
broke your phone,
Exacto.
but you wanted to stay in the ecosystem.
¿Eso qué tiene que ver? Porque I was already there.
You want it, though. Okay, tell me you don't want your phone. I'll have it.
I like my phone.
Ahí estás.
No hay otra
I
mejor
rest
opción.
Be
my
with
case.
each other.
No hay otra
I
mejor opción.
rest my case.
Pero Apple didn't want to
Mic
make...
drop.
Apple didn't make me want the 12.
You think you have your own free will, but you don't. Apple has you. By the balls.
Apple has you.
Apple has you by
We'll
the
be
balls.
right back,
What
Apple has you.
This podcast has been brought to you by Apple.
Apple has you porque tú eres un Android user, but look at your phone. What is it?
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Caso
I don't know how that makes your case because frankly
Apple-
all you've proven is that I also am being held, but you are being held. All right, we're moving on.
Amazing.
Which one is LG's phone?
El 12.
Don't start. Don't start. Ya está calmado.
The shinier one.
You need to go take a walk right now, Gordo. You chill.
All right, let's go to Zoomer News.
It's so annoying, dude. Porque no puedes hablar con like I can't talk to you without you making it a thing. Zoomer News.
Hey, Plebes, what's up? My name is Hey Alex, and I'm waiting to be put on camera.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, hey, here I am. Hi. How you guys doing?
Oh, good. How are
so
you
good.
doing?
Good. How are
This
you
is-
doing, buddy?
I want to talk to you guys about talking to yourselves. Do you guys think it's healthy to talk to yourself?
I do
First
it
of
all
all.
the time.
Yes and no.
It's not healthy, but yes.
Yo digo que sí es.
It kept me sane when I was in COVID. When I had COVID.
I was confused.
It made you go crazy.
I didn't
It
know
isn't,
Alex
but it
was
helped me.
talking to me.
It is 100% healthy to talk to yourself, yeah.
All right. So it actually it is. It's a proven fact. But
In your
due
face,
to
Gordo.
excessive talking to yourself, some people might seem crazy or schizophrenic and stuff, and that's when it gets scary. So I wanted you guys to take a moment, have a conversation with yourself, have a mental checkup.
Right
Just
now.
like right
Out
now.
loud?
En mi punto de vista, la gente que habla con sí mismo es más filosófica que la de otra.
Yeah.
Que la demás.
I agree.
Doesn't make you less crazy though.
Because
All right.
can I say something real quick? My sister Des, she talks to herself, and I would make fun of her. But I feel like she's actually someone who thinks things through before talking, and she's less impulsive.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Actually, if you think about it, when you send a text and you're trying to correct it, make sure everything, you kind of are talking to yourself. It's like, is that right? No, let me fix that.
Oh, like your inner,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
inner voice.
you're kind of talking to yourself because you're
That's
trying to
not the
figure
way
out
I
how to
talk
correct it.
myself.
How do you talk to yourself?
I don't know.
right.
I feel like me regaño mucho.
Like,
Oh, that's
Bro,
why.
you're hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Especially
nice
when
to
I'm
yourself.
driving. Me hablo, like I talk to myself. I talk to myself a lot at work. Like I have to
You know what?
remind myself what I'm doing at
Yeah.
work.
Be mean
Yeah.
to yourself while you're driving. That's important.
Shut up, Gordo. You've never been in a car. with me.
Damn.
You've never.
I'm just saying, as a general rule of thumb, it's good to be critical of yourself when you're driving because that involves other people.
Meh.
Right? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So this is what I had written down. I didn't have
Jesus.
my notes
I don't.
again.
It's not a no.
Forgot to
Okay.
share them.
Go, Alex.
Go,
Right.
Alex.
So talking to yourself is normal, right? You do it all the time.
Yeah.
And you know you can't deny it.
Yeah.
But why do we talk to ourselves? Why do we ask ourselves questions? I don't know. And if you're asking the question, isn't it because we don't have an answer? Or because it's something that is unclear to us?
I feel like it's just like I said, it's like personal therapy, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep yourself sane.
I know a lot of people that need therapy.
I
Yeah,
think
thanks,
that
asshole.
it's part of it's
Me
part,
too.
It's part of our thought process. I feel like as humans, just to do that, to talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're talking to yourself and when you ask yourself a question, you usually come up with an answer, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
So then why do you guys think that we need to ask ourselves questions if we already have the answer?
Oh.
No, because you're trying to figure out, you're debating with the pros and cons of things.
I feel like we have to. Our brain knows it, but we have to I feel like it has to do with our conscious and our subconscious, and
No.
what we pull out from there.
Nuestro cerebro no sabe en realidad.
Yo pienso que sí.
No ha decidido. What you're doing cuando estás alegando contigo mismo es decidiendo para dónde
agree.
te vas a inclinar.
Okay, well, what about when you verbalize, like you say something, like you are answering yourself?
Dame un ejemplo.
Well, like you're like, what is the answer to this? And then you ask the question, and then you, for some reason, at least for me, like I feel the need to answer the question once it's spoken, and then I'll be like, oh, that was the answer.
¿Cuál
Like,
sea?
I answered my own
Dame un
question.
ejemplo. A ver.
Like at work, I do it all the time. It's like, what's that that customer that needed this and this and that,
Ahí
and
te
then
va.
I remembered it.
Ahí te va. Ese es. No has decidido cuál es la respuesta correcta. Tienes varias respuestas correctas en tu cerebro.
Okay.
Tienes varias respuestas que en ese momento que estás preguntándote a ti mismo, todas son posibles correctas hasta que decides cuál es la correcta porque te acuerdas.
Out of memory. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I may be making this up, but I heard somewhere where like our brains also like process things before we're actually conscious that we did, like especially sounds or things. Because I was talking to my sister, like, how come like when we listen to a new song, both her and I, when someone shows us a new song, we're already humming to it or we say the lyrics? Like I think about that.
Like how you learn it really fast.
No, but like let's say you put a song on and I start humming to it already, or I can guess what the lyrics are gonna be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just logic.
It is logic when it comes to music because there's some chords that work together, and a lot of people do use
That's
it.
also how our
That's like
brain
some
works.
people like always think like, oh, they're copying off this certain artist because it sounds similar, but it's just because of the
patterns
chords and
are
the
too.
patterns. Yeah.
But we're also like, I feel like we're trained to detect patterns.
Yeah.
There's
Always.
logical patterns, eso sí.
Yeah.
Like question, going way off on this, but like WandaVision, right? The reason why
Wait, no spoilers.
no when the
La
When
Cari
the
se
theme
tapa los
song-
oídos encima de los
On
oídos.
top of it.
Wait, no spoilers.
on the main theme song of You Know Who got revealed, the reason
Yeah.
why we all loved it instantly, because if you think about it, it's the same theme song of WandaVision. Dun, 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 dun. And all the episodes have that in the background. That's why we like each intro, because it's still doing the same chords.
It's still
Yeah, so it's still a
interplayed.
bop.
Yeah.
I kept thinking it was Genie in the Bottle for all of them, but my sister was like, no, it's the Teenage Witch. No, it's Bewitched.
Oh,
no,
I
it's...
Dream of
Eso,
Genie.
Yeah,
eso
I
nomás,
dream Genie.
eso nomás en el cerebro de los nerds.
When
Yeah.
you said Genie in the bottle, I immediately thought,
I meant
I'm
that.
a genie in a
Yes,
bottle.
All right, well, let's go back to Zoomer News.
Arre, pues Alex, ya no te
Ah,
vamos a
my
interrumpir.
bad,
Dale,
my
vamos.
bad.
All right. So I read today that
What you read?
did you guys watch Drake and Josh at some point, right?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Jake and Rosh, yes.
Yeah. So I read today that Drake Bell was like going through a lot of struggles, and now he's coming back up. And I was like, after watching Drake and Josh, I forgot all about Drake Bell. Like he just blew off the face of the earth. And
With Drake Campana.
yeah, so he had to file for bankruptcy, guys. Like he lost his house and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was sad.
He wasn't invited to
Wasn't there,
Josh's
like, a whole
wedding.
scandal about him with like underage girls.
Yeah.
No
never mind, I don't
way.
care.
I did not know about.
Wasn't he
I
here,
thought-
or isn't he touring here in Tucson? He's supposed to be here.
The
at
last thing I
Tucson
heard
Mall?
about Jake Bell was that some kid was they were doing a Make-A-Wish Foundation, and
Yeah.
he asked to
He
meet-
looks like Jesse.
he asked
You're
to
gonna tell
meet-
me he doesn't. He looks like Jesse, or Jesse looks like him.
Yeah.
he asked to meet Drake, and he got Drake Bell for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it was so sad because the kid's like, I don't know who this is. I wanted to meet Drake. It was the saddest thing.
Actually, I met him at Disneyland.
You met Drake Bell?
Yeah, Drake Bell. Sweet guy.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, go.
That's all I have.
Wait, what
for you
was the
guys
deal?
today? Really?
All right, cool.
Ya se acabaron los números.
Wait, was your whole thing was like, what's he up to?
Oh wait, Sway has something, but my whole thing was we just kind of forget about people, don't we?
Oh
Así
yeah,
es.
I forget people
not really.
exist. All
Actually,
the
I
time.
was just thinking about him because he was supposed to be touring here in Tucson, and I was thinking, did we miss it?
Oh, hey, Alex, se te
And I
olvidó.
wanted to know if a lot of people showed up or not.
Alex, se te olvidó mencionar que cumplimos un año ahora, el aniversario que nos en este tiempo.
Of what?
Está bien dormido el
really
Alex.
quiet.
An anniversary. Oh yeah.
It's
So today it marks 1 year of our 2-week long lockdown.
Oh yeah.
So
March 1st?
no, not really, but it was around
esta era,
March
pues, ya.
that we went on lockdown.
When we went on spring break,
The
we went on
15th.
lockdown for 2
Yeah,
weeks.
that's gonna be in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we're almost there, guys.
Shout out one time.
It's almost been a year. Also, did you guys know that Google has a feature now where you can start humming a song and it'll guess it for you?
That's some good news, ¿ves? Es lo que debería
We
estar.
gotta
Yeah.
put that to test.
I was trying to remember
do
because
it.
I didn't write it down.
Try it.
All right, now for
Pobrecita la
the,
gente que no sabe. Ok, dale, José.
Wait, hold on.
now for the
That
not so
deep
good
voice.
news.
I'm already
James
thinking of
Charles
songs.
getting canceled for sexting
Oh
an
my god, yeah, I
underage
heard about
child.
Good.
that. Yeah.
Why did that slap
Dude,
so
all
hard
these,
though?
all these like influencers on like TikTok right now, gross.
I'm on his side.
Yeah.
What's
What?
wait?
No.
Oh my god,
Mickey,
this is the
no.
second time this has happened, and right before that,
I'm on
No,
his side.
isn't this
No.
like the third time this has happened that he's
Yeah.
got accused of something like this?
It's
Alright,
just
so
I
what
think the
happened?
first
No.
scandal was just with like
He was
Jeffree
making out
Star
with
or
an
whatever?
I don't
underage
even
fan.
remember what the thing is, but it's like it's just like
I recall it
Yeah.
because we covered it.
he's disgusting. Like at this.
What are your
point.
guys' thoughts on it?
I've been
What-
on his side desde la primera vez.
cállate, por favor.
Yeah.
How many
Cállate la
times
boca.
does it take to try to cancel someone to
voice,
actually
man.
cancel
It's
them?
kind of it's so irritating because every single time it's just like a little note that he writes on. I'm so sorry, I didn't check his ID.
But it's like, it's the same. I don't feel like we can truly cancel these people because they make money, you know? So capitalism is just going to keep them in there. And because it doesn't matter if it's good publicity or bad publicity, like they're still going to be, you know? So the same with Jeffree Star. He's disgusting. He's
Oh my
crusty,
God, yeah.
but he's still famous. His makeup still sells. Like, but he's crusty, you know?
How can he be crusty if he
I
sells
feel
his
like
own
you're
makeup?
giving Mickey a lot of ammunition right now.
it's
Well, a ver, let's see.
I'm not giving him ammunition because for me, this is not up for discussion. He can go say what he wants, but I'm just going to be like, cool. He's
Right.
still gross.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pero
Yeah.
take notes,
Controversial
Mick.
question.
A ver, Josué, pregúntala.
This
Do
is not
you
up for
think
discussion.
that these people are uncancelable because they are gay or
Oh,
in the LGBT?
a part of the
Why
LGBT
is that even
community?
a question?
no.
This is a
That is a
controversial
great
take.
question.
Controversial
I
take.
think they're they can't be canceled because sad fact is most of the people watching are kids. And I don't know, like when I was younger, I used to love like getting on YouTube and like seeing every single response to every single drama video. And like, I don't know what it is about James Charles that everybody likes him, but he kind of grosses me out. Like he just looks meh.
Like
James
working
Charles?
with middle schoolers.
No, this is the guy who accused him. So he's the
Working-
one that came out with the videos because
Okay.
James Charles was sending him pictures of like his ass. Like,
working
nude.
with middle schoolers. I can tell you, like they don't like him and they think he's gross. But you always have the like the girls that are into makeup and stuff. So they're obviously gonna look into it and see those things because of like how, like just following drama. They're just because it's like as kids what they do. But I can tell you, like, if I were to be like, I love James Charles, it would be like, ew, miss, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like with stuff like this, so it kind of reminds me of oh crap, I just lost my train of thought. Never mind.
Pero ¿cuál es su lado de la historia de él? A ver.
I don't think he deserves a side.
¿Por qué no?
Because this is the third time.
Because-
Proof. He admitted that this happened.
Pero,
He
pero
admitted that
el
it
morro,
happened.
el morro se le mira por lo que yo he leído y he visto porque me he metido muy profundamente. Que el morro se mira que aprovechó la situación al instante. Porque el morro was following este vato en el Instagram y luego este vato se lo topó en el como le llaman For You page, pero del Instagram, o no sé cómo se llama, y vio que lo estaba siguiendo, entonces he started following al morrito y el morrito se emocionó tanto que le empezó a hacer DM, ¿no?
All right, I am the last person to comment on age, okay? But
Y
it comes down to the fact that you can't blame a child
Exactly.
for that.
pero
As-
sí se puede,
as-
sí
no,
se puede,
you
¿cómo no?
cannot.
Ah,
No,
huevo que
you
se puede.
cannot.
Miguel, cállate.
no.
As the person with the platform,
Ah, well.
as the person who
Exactly.
is, you are responsible for who you talk
The
to.
power and the
And
authority.
the fact that this isn't the first time, so no es pobrecito.
A huevo que se puede.
Él sabiendo que la gente are after him because he's famous, because of this, because of that.
Eso
for
sí es cierto.
clout,
En eso
he
estoy de acuerdo.
needs to be onto it.
Pero eso es culpa de que es tonto el James.
Exactly,
Está tonto el vato.
exactly.
Pero el morro le pudo haber dicho facilito que tenía 18 años. Y
Es
sí
que-
le dijo, es
es
más,
que-
no, nomás le podía haber dicho,
If
el
you
morro
have
le dijo.
to
importa
think
si le haya
about it,
dicho o no.
if you have to think about it, is this person too young?
Then
Come on.
they're too young. They're too young.
Pero ellos they're following Clout también, el morrito.
No. The thing here is, and then I'm gonna stop because I'm not gonna get into the whole thing. The thing here is if your brain doesn't start fully developing until you're almost 25. Okay, so if you are 17, you are still like. It's still disgusting. You know, like I saw there on Hulu, there's this show called A Teacher, and it was on about how the teacher, she was a high school teacher. She got involved with her student who was 17, about to turn 18. And then she tried to flip it on him. Like, you're the one who kissed me. But she was the one who kept creating the situations and the occasions for those,
Yeah.
that grooming
I
to
watched-
happen.
Was she
I
hot
watched
though?
That is
Shut
what grooming.
up! Oh my god!
It doesn't matter,
I
though.
watched that series and it was literally.
I wanna know.
Yeah.
Miguel, it was so disgusting because I've never watched something and be like, oh, that's grooming. But
Yeah.
I watched that and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that is grooming. And at the end when they have that conversation, she's all like, I just couldn't stop thinking about you and
Exactly.
you kiss me. You are the adult. You were the
And
authority
she-
figure, and you
Yep.
continued this. It was.
And the
this-
fact that she seeked him out to try to get closure for herself. Not that she truly felt bad about what happened to him because he was ridiculous. Like, they like put him in like when he went to college he had to drop out because of that what you said. You banged the hot teacher, what's up my dude? Like even girls would want to get with him, and they're stupid too because they knew he got involved with his high school teacher.
Amazing.
Like it's dumb, you know.
A mí
That's
no me
just
pelaban mis maestras cuando estaba
that's the
chiquito.
Ni yo te
misogynistic
fuera
thing.
pelado.
But it's just
Con ese pensamiento.
Well, Mickey thought he had a
Yeah.
chance while he pulled that wig, but it didn't work.
No. But anyway, yeah. So that's my thing on that. I don't think that. And then going back to your question, Alex, don't you think I forgot? Where he was like, "Do you think they can't be
She say
canceled because they're gay?"
Oh, it was Tocayo.
Yeah, está
That
bien.
has
No,
nothing to
that's
do with
good.
Other
it.
guy,
I don't
it's
think
okay.
it
Was it Alex or who
It
was
doesn't
it?
matter.
No,
was
no,
not
it doesn't
Ali.
matter.
They don't matter,
Este
they
vato
don't matter.
interrumpiendo las
Okay.
morras en el...
So anyway, I'm sorry.
Tú eres el que está interrumpiendo.
So it was the question of like, will they not get canceled because they're gay? I don't think their sexuality has anything to do with it because there's still people who are cisgender, heterosexual that are not canceled and they're just as disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
So-
could I bring up something that happened recently as well?
Yeah, go
Did it
ahead.
happen to you?
All right, so a YouTuber recently, he had a good following. He got canceled for talking to a 17-year-old. He's 19. 2-year gap. This kid that James Charles is sexting is 16, I think. And I don't know how old James Charles is, but
20.
21?
I don't know.
Alex should confirm it,
Yeah.
but yeah. So does that, like, this is also James Charles's third
Strike.
Offense.
third strike right
Offense.
here.
Okay, but before we forget, that YouTuber you're mentioning, does he have the same clout, the same publicity that James Charles does?
He had a really like
Who
he's
is this
been
No
guy?
on,
deberíamos
What's
de
his name?
medirlo así tampoco, ¿qué onda?
No, yo pienso que sí, porque la razón que no cancelan a James Charles es por un lado
Porque tiene
financiero,
fama.
He's too big to
por un
fail.
lado capitalista.
Y porque mucha
Por
gente
eso.
lo quiere.
No necesariamente que lo quiere, pero le interesa su
He's
vida
worth so
problemática.
Ok,
Yeah.
eso es lo que quiero decir porque a los humanos les encanta el escándalo y el drama, la neta.
For him though, it was kind of like right off the bat that because the reason he got famous was because of his whole like yearbook picture that he like brought a ring light to, but that ended up being a whole scam. Like that, the story he told on Ellen and everything wasn't
Yeah.
even true. And then after that, I didn't really keep up with him. But then after that, I watched Tati a lot, like the makeup guru. I loved her.
Yeah.
And she came out with that video of him like being overly sexual at like public places and like begging straight men basically
Yeah.
to like get involved with him, which I think is gross.
Amazing.
And I think like right off the bat, it was like I feel like with these kind of people that start off with so much like following because of a little incident like that,
Yeah.
you need to stop it right at the beginning because
Yeah.
right off the bat, he got away with lying about what happened, and then it transitioned into him getting deals and all of this, even if he lied, which was crazy. And that's how he has this platform. And then coming back to this, right before this happened, like he was going on videos and stuff like that. I saw Trisha Paytas talking about this, about how he was like best friends with that like little TikTok girl who likes to do the dances that all the little girls like. I think her name is Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Shirley,
And
yeah.
I'm just like, what kind of parent lets
not
an
Dixie?
adult, no, Charlie,
Oh.
lets an adult who has been
Dixie is
accused
her
of
sister.
things like this already, just go on and like hang out as a mentor with
Yeah.
her daughter. Like that's
But then
crazy.
if you think about it, it's the parents that get blinded by that same fact of getting the money. Capitalism. Okay, not to bring up a whole nother thing, but the reason like Michael Jackson was able to get away with his assaults and his things was because the way how moms were like, no, but he was this and that, but he was able to get away with that because of his fame and how he came on to people looking like he was this beautiful, awesome person, but he
and to
was
this
doing
day,
that.
like he's infamous. Like
Yeah.
people love him, and
Yeah.
God forbid you bring up the fact
And
that he was a
even his
pedophile.
own even his
I
own
think it's all alleged. I mean, that when it comes to this particular thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
There's a
could
lot
be
of
because
stories,
even
a lot of
their own
corroboration.
person, the own victim, like you could hear that the way that they were coming about it, like it's complicated, you know. But the way he was coming about it is like, oh, but I just try to protect him because I loved him, and so it's just like the grooming in there. But anyway, yeah,
I don't doubt that there is some degree of that. It's
Yeah.
it's just a mess.
it's just I think it gets all messy and stuff because of how people. It's really all about. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad publicity. It makes money. And the clout is like really like because of how capitalism, you know, works with that. And so
Just
I
like
feel
the Paul brothers, like nothing can tear them down
Yeah,
because it just keeps
exactly.
fueling the fire.
Exactly.
Like they just keep getting bigger and bigger,
So-
controversy after controversy.
And I feel like that's an example because going back to their question of like that they were trying to make the comparison. Oh, this is James Charles isn't getting canceled because he's part of the LGBTQ community. No, like here's the Paul brothers and they are not LGBTQ and they haven't been canceled.
I think
you know.
I think the reason he brings that up though, in my opinion, I do think that I don't know how to say this like without sounding offensive, but I do think that LGBT is like the most protected minority, quote unquote, because I feel that people are very, very fast to jump on the, well, why are you saying that to him? He identifies as this and that. Even if, and I've seen a lot of videos, like I don't know if you guys know who Jessica, I forgot her name, Jessica Anise or something like that. But Blair, that girl you told me about, talks about her
Blair
a lot.
White?
Yaniv, Jessica Yaniv, yeah. So it's like a once male who transitioned over, or so he says, and is very predatory towards like
¿Quién?
younger girls.
¿Quién?
Jessica Yaniv, something
Oh, okay.
like that.
Es una que se hizo transition a mujer.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they've been caught in like multiple.
Blair White is my favorite trans.
But shut
That's
up, Mira.
Jennings.
But she has been caught in like multiple situations where she's like being
White.
inappropriate with minor like girls, like very, very young.
I see where you're coming from, Jess, but I think that the only thing that the LGBTQ community asks is that that they don't get misgendered or that they don't get you know, in a way like turning it into another thing, you know? Like for example, I've heard things, I can't even think of a specific one, but there's so many things in like in media where it's like a trans person does this, and because they want to get clout and they know that this will make people angry, or they want to like, you know, get attention, they'll misgender that person, or they'll use their dead name. And so yeah, the LGBTQ committee may sound like they're trying to protect them, but no, they're just saying like, just use like Nikita Dragon. She is disgusting too, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna call her a he because she's disgusting.
No, I 100%.
That's what I mean.
I 100% agree with you. But where I'm coming from is like the question he asked, like, do you think that he's
not canceled because he's LGBTQ?
I think that's where that point of view comes from, because a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
I've had
understand.
a lot of conversations with people who are like, I'm scared to even be like, well, I don't agree with you guys, but you know, like, you don't bother me, like, go ahead, because people do jump on stuff like that to just bash on people for being homophobic when truly they're not being homophobic, you know.
And I think that's on both sides. It's just the thing of now we have the capacity to have those conversations, whereas before we couldn't.
But do we is the question, because I don't feel comfortable having a conversation with people sometimes, just because things get so blown out of proportion, and one thing that you say wrong can ruin completely everything.
I mean, yeah, but
There
then
is
it's
that.
like
Walking on eggshells.
It is, but it's like, it's just, I don't know, just the times we're in. I feel like we should continue growing and not take it personal, you know?
Yeah.
We should have conversations without taking it personal.
A ver, regrésate, Alex.
All right, Mickey.
Esta morra se hizo vato.
Yeah.
Y estaba bien buena, no mames.
I need your input on this.
That's not
Completely
okay. You
missing
can't
the point.
do that on
No puedo ver-
fucking
No puedo ver una foto.
Women's March.
No, estoy
Women's March. Women's History Month.
En el Women's History Month estoy admirando la mujer que está en la foto ahí y se mira bien buena.
But whatever. I'm not getting into it.
Yeah.
We're not getting into it.
This is a battle I've been fighting for
We're
a
not
long
getting
time.
into it.
All right.
And
What's next?
¿Sabes qué, Miguel? Estoy enojada contigo because
Dime.
I understand you're like wanting a debate, but just excusing people who have been accused of pedophilia is like just.
But
no.
I feel like Mickey changed his mind afterwards. I feel
No,
like
yo no estoy escuchando nada, nomás siento que el morro quería Clout, el morro que le empezó a hacer, que le empezó a
But
hacer
then
DM.
when I told Mickey, he was like, "You're right on that." When I
But
said,
did he start DMing him or did James Charles start DMing him?
O sea, de acuerdo a lo que yo he leído, el morro le texteó al
doesn't
James
matter,
Charles
though.
y
It
le
doesn't
dijo, tengo
matter.
18 años.
Yeah.
That matters a lot. What
no,
Okay,
no,
okay, Mickey, but
because
wait.
James should have been the one to be like, "This has happened to me before. I need to not."
Eso
And
sí,
even
eso sí
if-
es cierto.
okay, that's
Even
it.
Eso
if
sí es
it
cierto.
sounds so stupid, ask for an ID.
And it does sound really stupid, pero es lo que va a tener que hacer el vato ahora.
Yeah.
Somebody of his,
Or
somebody
not,
of
'cause if he
his,
still gets clout.
of his stature or whatever, he should know already that there's 1,000,001 people trying
He
to tear
is
him
a
down.
sexual deviant, que no sé que no, eso no está, yo no estoy alegando eso.
Right.
El vato es un, el vato es nasty y hace cosas y tiene muchas de las cosas que ha hecho están bien piratas. Yo no estoy con él, pero el morrito sí se aprovechó de la situación y agarró sus 15 segundos de fama por todo este drama.
I mean, he's been accused of trying to like convert straight
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like
He's
it's just,
even been
it's,
accused.
it's,
He's
it's
gone
sexual
so far
harassment.
as to like offer money for it.
Yeah. It's still sexual harassment, no matter how you paint it or anything.
Si alguien te da dinero para acostarte con él, gordo, y te acuestas con él, you're gay, son.
No, you're not.
well, the point still stands that he used his influence.
O sea que si me dan dinero y me acuesto con un vato, I'm not gay.
Manipulation.
Because you did it for the money. You didn't do it for sexual gratification.
Oh, damn. Got your ass.
Si me acuesto por dinero con un vato y me meten un riatazo,
No
I'm
eres
gay,
gay.
son.
No eres gay.
Well, let's move on.
Wait.
All right, go ahead.
Si te gusta meterle tu pene en el ano de una vieja, ¿tú eres gay?
Hell yeah.
Oh, but he
No.
does.
Hell yeah.
No, you're not.
Hell yeah.
You're not gay if you like anal sex with your girlfriend.
The thing is that
It
Mickey
is.
doesn't like butt.
Oh, that's on
It's
you.
gay.
That's on you.
That's gay, son.
It's
And
not.
nasty.
It's okay. What's
It's
next?
only, dude, te da miedo que te guste o algo.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
You know,
That's
that's
right.
Got him.
That's that internalized
I
homophobia.
don't want to know if I'm gay. That's true.
He said, "I don't
Alright,
want to
okay.
know if
Moving
I'm
on.
gay."
It's okay.
Yeah.
God,
All right.
man.
What do you got left?
Oh, well, I was gonna add this
No.
because I wanted Mickey's input on this. You remember when you were talking about the maps and pedophiles being more acceptable in the LGBT
Jesus
community?
Que los quieren meter ahí, sí.
Please, no.
Los quieren
Yeah, well,
incluir ahí.
moving on.
Yo estoy en
What do
contra
you
de
got?
eso
What do you got? What do you
macizamente.
got?
A ver,
Alright, what do you
dime,
got?
Spit it out.
dime, José. ¿Qué pasó?
Oh, well, I wanted to see if you think maybe that might be where it starts to be accepted
Sí lo van a empujar para allá, la neta.
because of creators like
There
James
is
Charles.
Absolutely. I am so tired of people talking about this. There is absolutely no way that a pedophile can be in the LGBT.
No.
First of all, pedophiles have a specific age range that they're interested in. So there is no way you're going to tell me that you love this person because the moment they outgrow that age, you don't care about them.
Ahí les va. Aquí es donde entra mi concepto filosófico sobre cómo los libertarians become conservative in the future. Porque ahí te va. El centro, the center, lo que podríamos considerar libertarian, it's always constantly moving to the left, vamos a decirle, ¿no?
We're talking about politics.
Sí, estamos hablando de eso.
Okay.
Porque progressiveness forces
Wait, but hold on, before you move on, liberals, because libertarians are
No, he's talking about
a whole nother
libertarians.
thing.
liberals
talking
and
about
okay, mira.
They're not
Are
the
you
same.
talking about liberals or libertarians?
Okay, progressiveness
Okay, there we
go.
moves
There we go.
progressiveness.
I thought it was the
Guacha,
other.
vamos a decir, este es el medio, mira, checa, Aquí está el
I
centro,
understand what he's saying.
aquí está el progressive y aquí está conservative. Guacha, progressiveness is constantly, desde que existe la humanidad, ha ido moviendo el centro towards progressive.
more progressive.
O sea, the line, when you visualize it, cuando te la pintan, it looks straight. Pero en realidad, it keeps moving to progressiveness constantly. Aquí es donde people that are progressive right now en el futuro become conservative porque the center line moves too far to the left that you feel like they're moving into a territory that you don't like. Por ejemplo, cuando the left starts accepting pedophilia and the LGBTQ, ahí es donde ustedes van a ser conservatives.
The only people who are going to be accepting pedophilia and the LGBT are pedophiles.
Yeah.
And the sad truth is there are millions,
I agree.
millions of
Yo hubiera dicho,
I don't think
ever?
it's. I don't think it's necessarily gonna say, "Oh, I'm conservative now because I don't want pedophiles to be an LGBT."
No.
It's
You
not that
won't. You won't be
simple.
conservative. You will be considered a conservative because you're not accepting the new ideas.
But I don't think it'll ever get to the majority of pedophiles on LGBTQ.
I think it will.
Yo
I
también
don't
pienso
think
que sí,
so.
porque cuando yo estaba morritos, era casi imposible imaginarte que iban a aceptar que un hombre se puede hacer mujer.
En tu comunidad, porque yo de chiquita yo sabía esas cosas.
Pues ponle que sí, pero en tu comunidad no aceptas the pedophilia and the LGBTQ. How about that?
And that's true. I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying like I don't know. And what I see it is like, and you know, I actually have had this conversation with my friends because they've studied social work, and I was very like,
It's at the same time.
ew, it's not a like, you know, I was very like, you know, no pedophilia, but it's like they said we just have, what they have been teaching us is to accept it as like they're born with it. Because it's like
Como un
it's a
problema
mental
mental.
thing. Yeah.
Y es lo que se
And
decía
then-
de transsexuals también.
And that people can and that people can have those things, but what's wrong is like acting on it, and that's what they said. And I saw this documentary, I can't remember the name, but it is, you are right in that sense, Miki, that it is challenging things that you can, everybody
Consider
I feel
the
has a
norm.
limit and boundaries to things, and we're valid for that. But I feel like the minute that it gets like not okay is when it's dehumanizing. So I think that by lumping, sometimes people who are against LGBTQ plus will want to lump in pedophilia or say to discredit the whole
exactly.
LGBTQ community. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
The fact that people talk about this en el internet en realidad y que hay movements
Yeah, there is. I've seen
out there
them, yeah.
saying that MAPS should be a thing,
I've
a
seen
part
it,
of the
yeah.
of the
Legit
LGBTQ.
pedophiles,
Yeah.
like,
Significa que this has already started. It's not something that's
Yeah.
gonna be in the future. It's something that your kids are gonna live through.
But what
No,
she's
por
saying
lo
is
más por
really
ahí.
true because I've seen that happen already. I don't know if you guys know about that YouTube channel Jubilee. They do like the middle ground
Yeah.
and they have So I don't know if I was watching something about like conservative Christians versus like progressive Christians and like where they meet. But they started talking about LGBTQ like that, and I remember a very specific video of this woman, and she said, "But when does the line get crossed too far? Like I'm a man and I like little boys." No. She immediately like combined pedophilia with being LGBT
and then discredit LGBTQ+,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I 100% agree with you, and I think that happens way
Or
too
dismiss
often.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we just have to be careful with that. But and the other thing, I do agree with you, Mickey, in that it's like I think that it is going. We don't know. Like it couldn't be. I feel like my mentality is like when we get there, I'll see how I think about it because I need to see different aspects of it.
Did you hear about the law that passed in California a little like a year ago now actually, and it's about it was saying that as long as you're within a 10-year age range, like you're free of any like pedophile charges against you basically.
Y eso es cierto en
yeah,
California.
that's right. It was just passed.
We don't
actually,
live in that community, but there's already a community that's
Yeah.
accepting that.
Yeah.
And I think the person who passed it has like allegations against him for this very topic.
That's crazy. I mean,
That's definitely
the
not a
world,
good look.
The world is crazy. The world, and I just don't feel just not discredit something because of that. Like that's all.
Yeah, it's. Frick.
It's a lot.
Yeah. All right. So
We
we're
got
wrapping
really
it up.
deep.
Bueno, nomás para que quede claro. Pedophilia o minor attracted person lo consideran ahorita un problema mental que se debería de aceptar que lo tiene la gente, pero as long as they don't act on it. Es verdad, es lo que dijiste hace rato.
Yeah.
O sea que se considera un ¿cómo se le llama? Un desorden mental, algo así. Algo que no.
They're just saying what I've read, and it's not that I agree with it. It's just like I don't really have a stance on it because I don't really understand it yet.
Pero eso se decía exactamente esas mismas palabras y frases y uso científico se decía de la gente que se tiene
Sí,
body
pero no quiere
dysphoria.
decir que es lo mismo.
¿Cómo se llama? Body.
Yeah. Te entiendo. For like when people who,
Yo sé que
who
no,
believe they're
yo
trans.
sé que no es lo mismo, pero así se referían a eso y ahora ya no, ya cambió. De repente, ¿quién te dice a ti que eso no va a cambiar en
That's what I'm
pedofilia
saying.
también?
I don't
It's a
know
similar
it,
situation.
and so that's why I'm not gonna be like I know about this topic or that. I'm just saying like I don't really understand it, which is hard. When I don't really understand something, it's hard for me to form a hard opinion on it.
En 20 años te voy a invitar a mi podcast otra
Yeah,
vez.
for sure. And
Cuando-
we can discuss all the other stuff and everything else we learn about. I'm a person because I am an educator. I try to also have a growth mindset and also try to learn new things and listen to other people, listen to different opinions, listen to all these things because that's what it is.
¿Y qué consideras como
growing.
tus valores que no sientes que deberían de cambiar? No hay nada en tu vida que dices
the
tú.
only thing for me is like las injusticias y en términos de like treating a human less than, you know, or cruelty. Like that's the limit for me.
Right.
And not treating someone with love or
Dehumanizing
kindness.
is a thing que dehumanizing humans es lo que logra permitir a las sociedades a que maltraten a la gente, la neta.
Exactly,
Como acabas de decir tú.
and to continue to be oppressed and treated that way. So
Keep that in mind.
yeah.
Porque
And I'm not saying like
What's with this lesson trying to give?
Keep
but
that in
hold
mind,
on,
gordo.
no.
You're
but
like, let that be a
I'm not
lesson.
trying to say
Es que no.
trying to say though that if that person is a pedophile that they should be mistreated. You know, they
Oh,
should.
yo sé.
That's not
Bueno,
what
yo-
I'm saying.
yo sí,
either.
no, si yo estuviera en la cárcel,
I
yo
just
sí me
remembered
metería
it's on
unos palos por
YouTube. It's a trailer park with full of pedophiles. That's what it
Ugh.
was. And they interviewed them and everything.
They have their own.
In
They
Florida.
have their own locked community.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I heard about that. It's because like
I-
they all because they're sex offenders, they have
Yeah.
to live or not
So
that they
they-
have to, but it's a sex offender friendly neighborhood so
Yeah.
that they can live amongst each other. and
kind of
not-
like a safe space for them.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
safe space. Y esa parte, I can't remember the exact name, but that's what the documentary I watched, and I was just so like, because it was something new, like you said, and you don't grow up with that or whatever it is. But I was just like, how can it be? Like that's crazy, you know? So it's just the more we know about things, we can start putting them where we think they belong in our mind, because everybody has the right to have their boundaries and limits, again, without dehumanizing someone. That's what I think.
By the way, was that still considered Zoomer news?
Yeah,
don't know.
so
Are we
that's it
wrapping
for
up?
Sumer News, guys.
So slide that into your DMs and Twitch it.
I like that.
Are you happy?
Nice.
Amazing.
Thank you. I needed that closure.
Tráeme
That's the
teléfono,
last
Alex.
segment. I appreciate that.
That was intense. I liked it.
That was.
A mí también me gustó.
I did not like it.
You can
Were
watch.
you anxious?
Al gordo no le gusta, pero a mí sí me gusta. ¿De
Yeah.
qué otra manera podemos...?
I get it. No, I get
Ver
it,
los
and I
puntos de vista.
understand it, and I appreciate it. I just don't like it.
Una de las formas de la que la gente aprende
That's
nuevos
valid.
puntos de vista es hablando de tus puntos de vista.
Yeah,
Como-
and we do that all the time because we don't even have properly well thought out answers. We just have thoughts.
Por ejemplo, the only way que muchos de los pensamientos que están en tu cerebro entren a mi cerebro es si tú me los dices.
Claro, pero también tampoco la manera de atacarte ni tratar de hacerte a ti sentir menos.
Eso nunca va a pasar conmigo.
Yeah.
Háblame lo más directo que puedas for the purpose of the conversation.
No, but just me as a person, I wouldn't try to put you down.
You're definitely ready to say
You're a liar.
gotcha questions.
¿Te figura que estoy mintiendo?
See, I know you're lying. I've been in conversations with you when you make people feel like they're wrong and like they're less than because the way they think.
Yo digo que no va a pasar conmigo.
Like,
que yo no
he's
me
not
voy a
gonna
sentir.
Pues sí.
Yo no
He's
me
not
voy a
gonna
sentir.
get hurt emotionally.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me exactamente lo que tienes en la punta de la
Then you're a
lengua.
snowflake.
Amazing.
All right, so yeah.
That was cute.
Jess, didn't you have a story to tell us?
Breaking the law somehow?
It's stories with Jess.
I
Nice.
can't add a little sound. That's cute.
All right, you have a story to tell us?
What do you call it?
She hasn't even seen the show. Can you believe that? Anyways.
I have not seen the show.
So
What
tell us
show?
a
Am I
story.
actually gonna tell
New
this?
girl.
You said you had a
I
story
was.
to tell
It's
us?
because I was telling Mickey that I had like a racist moment with like I work for motor vehicle.
Someone
That's
was
it. I
racist
can't-
with
I
you?
can't.
I was racist.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But the fact that you could accept that. Though.
No, no,
So
no.
Go on.
So
Dang, LG's girl being racist.
All right, let's go. Story time.
go.
So I work for motor vehicle, right? And I work with a lot of dealers at this place, like who sell vehicles, you know?
Yeah.
And one of them is always coming up to me and he
Say
always
vendors,
asks
please.
me vendors. He's all like, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" And I'm always like, "Oh, like I'm Mexican, you know?"
Yeah.
But he insists that I am Indian or Middle Eastern.
Oh, damn.
And I think he's Middle Eastern. And he's always like trying to like he's always saying like he's gonna teach me how to pronounce words like
Arabic?
Indians do.
Or
Like
is
how
he-
they speak.
Is he Indian or do you know?
I think
if
he's Indian.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Indian, yeah. And he'll always do like the little accent and stuff like that. And then he's always pushing it on me. So the other day he brought me a title that wasn't good. So my first instinct was to be like, "Well, I'm sorry, but this title is no good."
No.
Oh, my God.
And he was all like, "So close, but you need to accentuate your vowels more."
I like that.
But you know, I don't think it's
You blew
racist.
it.
I
He
don't think
went
it's
word
racist
by word
though.
telling me what I did wrong. And like
how to
explain
say it. Yeah. Like I don't think it's wrong because like he formed that relationship with you,
Yeah.
where it's like you guys can joke about that stuff.
And I
so.
wore eyeliner the other day, and he was like, "You have the Arabic eyes today."
And you could like, cause it's all mixed, so
Wait.
you could do a 23andMe.
Eso significa,
I've gotten
eso
confused.
significa
as-
que si tienes una relación con tus
Arabic
compas y son negros y les puedes decir the
Here
N-word,
we go.
that depends on them.
entonces eso
Okay?
sí lo aceptas,
but
digo.
no,
What?
I can't tell someone how
How are
to
you gonna
how to
counter-
feel about that. No, listen, you're not even letting
Dale,
me
pues.
talk. You're like what? Let me
Aprende a oír, Mickey.
Welcome to my world.
Es que no había
So-
terminado mi pregunta, pues.
No, because
Let her finish.
I understood what you said. So if that's the situation, if me personally, if I had first, I'm gonna tell you that. If me personally, if my black friend would be like, yeah, you can use the N-word, I'd be like, no,
No, thank
like
you.
no, thank
That's
you.
what we're talking about?
Okay, and then if let's say, but let's say that like for you know, for example, my cousin and her boyfriend. My cousin, she's Mexican and black. Her boyfriend is considered Hispanic, but he looks more white, and I think he has like family who's white American. Anyway, and so they joke around on how she's like, yeah, I don't mind if he says it, and then like I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's your word to choose, like if he says it or not, but I don't think he should say it because I wouldn't say it, you know. But if like that's your relationship, that's on you, you know. But I don't think that then he has a right to go online or in public and be like N-word, 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 just because when they have private conversations or even in like a room like this, they do it, you know?
I hate that whole like N-word pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I got a bunch of them. Lo estoy guardando para un.
I was actually in a situation. I went to one of my boyfriend's like family's gathering, and his sister is like with she's married to like not married. I think actually I don't know. Well, her
With.
partner is black, you know, and like as I was walking through and like saying hi to people, like I heard somebody like
Say it.
yeah, and I was like, oh, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen, you know? But then I was like, oh, like this is different because I would never say that.
No.
And
But it could be like, yeah, you know, like the relationship they have with that person, or maybe that person was out of bounds and then but then that person didn't know how to be like, don't say that, you know. It's just it's I don't know. It depends.
How did we get here? What was the?
Oh, because of
She
her
said
story.
her racist.
Se lo
Because
perdiste, pero-
I said how like she said I thought.
Oh
it
yeah,
was-
you did a racism. What was
But
it?
You have to
pasó?
listen to it on the podcast.
Yeah,
Dang
you
it.
know.
All right, I'll tune
Stay
in. I'll
tuned.
tune in. I'll tune in.
And I'm pretty sure Mickey's going to talk about a TikTok right now. I just have a
Okay.
feeling right now. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's
Mickey,
always
you have a
there.
¿Tú
TikTok
crees que tengo
person
un
to show us?
No, gordo, escúchame bien lo que te voy a decir, Trigger warning. Ahí te va. Déjame ver si lo puedo pronunciar bien. Alex, vete y busca la palabra
This
esta.
on the notes. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Negus.
Oh,
What did you
Negus.
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 Yeah. Búscalo, Alex. Negus.
Black excellence.
Wait, what did you say?
Eso es lo que significa. Negus. Así lo estoy tratando.
Negus.
Soy un ilegal, no sé pronunciar. Negus.
You got kicked out.
Negus.
Yes.
Okay.
Negus.
Stop it.
Are you
dude.
sure it's Negus or Negus?
Búscalo. Alex, estás tardando mucho.
it
Nobody
Negus or
repeats,
Negus?
nobody
Espérate,
repeats
te
the word
desconectaste del
17
iPod.
times.
Pues estoy tratando de ver si lo pronuncio correctamente porque lo escuché en el Google.
Okay, go ahead.
Lo escuché bastantes veces para. Déjame hacer unmute el TV. Ya
So-
está unmuted. A ver. Pícale.
What?
Mira lo que significa. Resulta que esa palabra, pronunciada correctamente, significa. Más para abajo. Porque hay dos debe de haber dos. Significa ruler or supreme ruler. Basically a king.
Of Ethiopia.
Yeah. Black royalty. Of Ethiopia.
Okay,
Ahí sí,
Pero
play.
pícale,
How do you
pícale
pronounce
la
it?
bocinita para ver cómo se pronuncia, Alex.
Negus.
Otra vez.
Negus.
How about you look this up on YouTube? I don't
Negus.
trust Google.
You're gonna trust.
You don't trust
I don't
YouTube?
trust Google.
But you're
¿Por
gonna
qué
trust
The way
YouTube
they
for
Because
present
then
it.
someone
Pero YouTube
could,
es Google.
someone no, it's not
I was
because
saying
people
bracers,
people
bracers,
upload things
like
on YouTube, you know,
Yeah.
and they say the words because that's how I look up pronunciations for like Vietnamese words, or I don't trust Google Translate.
Como Google puedes meter tu propia pronunciación, tú, por ejemplo.
No, más
That's not the
porque
one.
ellos, por ejemplo,
Why
usan la
is-
voz de
Alex, stop.
Siri. Usan la voz de Siri and Siri doesn't say things correctly.
Ah, ya te entendí.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So actually,
Yeah.
let's go
That's
to.
fair.
No, pero yo me lo topé.
What, did it say
yo me
it?
lo topé en
No,
otro lado.
that's just a kid saying something differently.
Yo me lo topé en otro lado. De todos modos, independientemente de eso.
there,
no,
it says right there. Let's hear it.
I'm pretty
Hold on.
sure it's a troll, but
Parece un troll, sí.
it's
Just
Is
a troll.
look
it?
up
Aw,
pronunciation
man.
of word negus.
Es todo.
Anyways.
Dead air.
Okay.
You
José,
brought-
no pongan
you-
esto en la tele nomás.
Question. I
a
have a
nosotros.
question. Did you bring up this word so that we can be like, well, this is the word we mean and this is the definition
No, o sea,
we mean?
es exactamente lo que quiero decir es cómo las palabras en una cultura tienen un totalmente, ¿cómo se le dice? El sonido de las palabras puede tener otro significado, pero nosotros elegimos escoger el positivo o el negativo como sociedad.
There's also a Korean phrasing that sounds like like he's saying the N-word, but it's not.
Y a mí me gustaría que las palabras perdieran
what's
el
that
poder ofensivo que tienen, porque eso sería un mejor mundo, la neta.
All right, let's see. Let's find this one. Let's. I don't trust it, but let's see.
pícale.
Let's see.
All
Play.
right.
Not getting into it.
Yes.
¿Qué pasó, Alex?
Negus.
Otra vez.
Negus.
It'll play it.
But see, that's like a Siri voice
Negus.
too.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I mean, I guess it could be that. I
Yes.
could be
Pero,
wrong.
well,
too.
anyways,
yo
move
digo
on
que
to
sí
that.
es eso porque se trata...
But think of how what does an Ethiopian
Alex, go to the
language
notes.
sound like? You know, like do they have that? Do they
Scientific
have the
name.
ni sound in their vocabulary, like
No
in their
sé.
phonetics? That's what I mean.
No sé, pero a mí me gustaría que esa palabra perdiera su negative ¿cómo se le?
Connotation.
Connotation y agarrara un positive connotation.
Yeah.
Para que, así es la única manera que pueden morir muchas de las cosas negativas que existen
on,
en el mundo. Es
But that has to
literally
be-
killing them.
So
That has to be on the
Who's-
black community and
Yeah.
how they decided to handle.
Pero
the
si
word.
ellos deciden eso, el resto del mundo tiene que ir a esa dirección
Hold on,
también.
Husky wants to say something.
no. Just to wrap it up, but
Oh, LOL.
I want to
Sí.
wrap it up, but I wanted to go to this one just as a joke. Scientific name for a sable antelope. Go ahead and Google it.
¿O tú lo pusiste eso?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
and he disappeared.
Qué mentira le haces ir a tus hijos. That's funny.
He's managing the cameras too.
No, ese es el Josué.
Oh, then you have no excuse, Alex.
El Alex anda...
Es
He's
todo.
texting his girl
perdido.
back. Okay, but the how can I?
There you go.
Hey, nomás son cosas que me encuentro en internet y está chilo observarlas nomás.
No, I get that. What I mean is that
Y es que, y ¿sabes cómo me lo topé?
like we're not about to replace the word with that with negus
Because you don't want to. That's, I understand
no,
that.
but that's not up to us.
Exacto.
That's what I mean.
Ahí te va, gordo. La razón por la que yo sé de esta palabra es porque yo soy bien racista en el TikTok y I only follow black people, ¿no?
You're what?
Sí, así como lo dije exactamente. Entonces, ellos son los que están poniendo este tipo de cosas en el de diciendo... pusieron eso ahí, está escrito y lo dice, it actually means king, pero ellos, it's basically a meme, but they're pushing for it, ¿me entiendes?
Mickey follows the minority within the minority, which is the conservative black.
So how would you say sable antelope? What's the scientific name to it?
Hippotragus niger. Because Nigeria, there's a country in Africa called.
Yep.
Ah, sí, cierto.
Yeah,
I
cool.
had to do a 5th grade project on Niger.
Nice.
Also, this is Latin, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Latin roots.
It's just one of those jokes, you know?
Because
Like
that
Google
literally
it.
means black.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
All right. Thank you for that.
Just to wrap it up, I think
we're already long. We're running pretty long.
many-
You
how
guys
long
want to
we
bring
long?
up another topic before we end it?
Well, you guys, how long do you guys make this one?
No tiene
We can make it as long
específico.
as we
Oh, because
want.
we started at 7:30 and it's 9:12.
Is it really?
Amazing.
wow.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Sometimes we leave here and it's like it's already
Currently
1
at
o'clock.
1 hour and
Well,
35 minutes.
1 hour and 35
We'll
minutes.
El
finish
gordo,
recording like
es
11.
demasiado white knight como para entrarle a temas bien así.
Dude, I wanted to talk to you about the whole Britney Spears thing.
A ver, dime pues.
Did you hear what
no
he
vamos-
said about all of that?
No.
He was talking straight out of his.
¿Y cuándo?
Huh?
¿Cuándo?
The
¿Cuándo
last
no?
part-
Digo yo.
No, yeah.
I think it was.
His laugh.
Yeah, we know.
I don't
We know.
remember. Was it with Kay or with Jesse that whole conversation came up?
It was
A lot of
And the
the,
David Dobrik thing too.
Era un
Yes, it was
episodio
with
normal.
Jesse.
a lot of the conversations end simply because I don't want to talk about it, and I'll just let him have the win.
Sometimes I respect you for it, but sometimes you need to.
It's just too much, man. Every day it's like, let's challenge you on this.
just
and
slap
let's-
him in the face.
Let's not have a normal conversation. Let's have an argument.
I think it's just valid to be like, that's like, I have my boundaries and I don't have the energy right now to do that. So that's it.
No, I don't know. I get it though. I understand because I'm kind of the same way in some ways. I am the
topics.
same way.
Yeah.
But it's just like.
But the whole
it's
thing
too
about
much.
that Mickey was I hated how he basically was saying they were talking about everything going on with Britney Spears and he
Yeah.
was like, pero a poco no le gusta todo el dinero a la morra.
Ni me acuerdo lo que
Get
dije.
them, girls. Get.
Yeah. Háganme pedazos. A ver, ¿qué dije mal?
First of all, you're always the first
No,
person
not
to
the
be
song.
like, you're always the first person to be, but did you read it? Did you actually see the tweet? Did you watch the whole video? And you spoke on that entire topic without watching it.
Pero lo dije clara.
But you missed the entire point. So first of all, you said I didn't even watch it, and then like made conclusions out of nothing.
Por eso lo dije
Man.
para que supieran que estaba hablando de mi fundillo.
Man.
You need to
Man.
watch it.
Lo voy a ver y lo
You
voy a
don't
ver.
have to. You don't have to move
Are you
it
actually
because
gonna
se oye bien.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
no
Ella
se
sí
oye
se-
bien. No se oye bien. ¿Ves?
Did you watch
Yeah, the New
the-
York Times
yeah.
one on Hulu. Yep, I did.
I love Britney Spears. I
Yeah.
loved Britney
Yeah.
Spears. Like I've never had a moment when I didn't love Britney Spears. But this whole thing was so sad, and I hate how people just focus on the whole like conservativeship that she had, because it was the whole
When
beginning.
it's more than any.
Yeah, the
that.
whole beginning of that video is how like the industry like literally over sexualized her and
It's the fact that her dad allowed that for money, and also the fact that like her mental breakdown. This is where like
So
where we would make
sad.
fun of it, and we
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on. Where she shaved her head,
Yeah.
and it was because she was tired because that one paparazzi when he was like he
Did
was
you
try-
see
he
the
was trying to
interview
be
with
like
him was
he was trying to be like, oh, it's on her, she turned on us, and it's like, don't you think maybe you harassed her too much and like you guys pushed her to that, where she's like, I shaved my head because I would get so much attention from them, so maybe if I'm ugly they'll stop looking at me, you know?
I think her words were, I don't want people to touch me.
Yeah.
I want people to stop touch. And that whole paparazzi was so terrible because he was like, she never told us that not to like record her or anything.
Yeah, and she literally is
Yeah,
saying
and then
it.
somebody
Yeah.
like in the camera crew was like, well, she told you guys to leave her alone. He was like, yeah, he told us to leave her alone for that day.
for that day. I remember that. Well, that just that day.
And there's this specific scene that I had to pause and just wait to watch because it infuriated me so
Yeah.
much. At a press conference, somebody asked her if she was still a virgin.
Yes, they would ask her about her boobs. They were asking her about her
Why are you
virginity.
laughing? She was
Porque está-
underage.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Yo creí que ahora en
No.
más vieja.
No. She was literally like underage.
And that whole thing with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was so depressing.
I'm glad this came out because it just brings a light on women in the industry.
The industry as a whole is so ridiculously
Well, 'cause it's
bad.
yeah.
Like it's such a bad environment for especially a child star like Britney Spears to be growing up in an environment where she's
Pero ¿por qué no
constantly being
dicen,
focused
¿por qué
on.
no dicen nada de los que están creciendo ahorita están siendo famosos? Porque
What do you mean? We're always talking
como
about
la
them.
Billie Eilish y todo ese tipo de gente.
100% we're talking
she
about
wears
her.
baggy clothes because she says she doesn't want to get
The moment
sexualized.
she puts on a tank top,
People lost it.
¿Sabes por qué? Porque ella lo hizo.
Including
Porque
us, we
ella
were
lo-
all
she
freaked
built
out.
up to it. Inconscientemente, she built up to it.
No.
¿Sabes por qué? Porque lo hacía referencia tanto a ese detalle.
No, shut up. This gave me legit flap. Once I was talking to just some guy from school and I like did this. And he was like, oh, like, why are you doing that? Are you teasing me with your bra strap? That's what you just reminded me of.
No,
You're
no.
gross.
Lo que yo digo
Yeah.
es que ella hacía tanta referencia al hecho de que no se ponía ropa reveladora.
Because they would ask
But
her.
there's no build up there. This isn't a porno. She's a girl.
What
Yeah,
Mickey is
because
talking
what
about,
people
what Mickey
are
is
gonna
talking
say.
about is one specific thing. It's her 18th birthday post.
Exactly.
That she like revealed finally like more of her body.
Ándale.
And that's what Mickey's talking about is that it was like all of this was building up to that. I don't think it was.
Yo tampoco,
It
pero
was-
así se mira al resto del mundo, pues.
A los hombres.
Porque qué
a los
casualidad.
hombres.
Qué casualidad,
exactamente.
que por cierto está bien chula esta morra, ¿eh? Me encanta.
Besides the point, but
A mí se me figura que está bien bonita esta morra.
Sí, está muy bonita.
Está bien bonita.
Ajá.
Pero qué casualidad que hace un post así cuando cumple 18, pues. Nomás, porque ¿qué otra cosa va a
It's
pensar
like
el resto
somebody
del
posting a picture of them
Porque
drinking a
quiere,
beer when they turn 21.
Porque se le da la gana y ya.
Pues,
y lo que pasa es de que todo.
Y el resto del mundo piensa también lo que se le da la gana, pues.
Pues sí, claro. Ella tiene razón en esto. Ella se expone y el resto del mundo tiene para hacer y hacer y acá. Pero también nosotros tenemos derecho a decir, pues no está bien como está pensando el resto del mundo.
Exacto.
So, that's what I think.
There was also a documentary about her and like I guess
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy that she was dating and the way that she was being treated was so horrible.
Oh, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it
sorry.
yet.
Nice.
I'm
Spoilers.
waiting to see it with my cousins.
You know, sorry, speaking of back in esos tiempos de de esta Britney Spears, but Amanda Bynes, Lindsay
my
Lohan,
goodness, yeah.
those were like all those white girls I stand, you know.
The Lindsay Lohan story is sad.
También it's like there, and I asked like, oh, you know, what's going on with them? Like I was talking to my sister and my friend, and they're like, oh, I think they're also under conservatorships,
¿Qué tal la ¿cómo se llama la otra morra?
and they were child stars.
La que hace Hannah Montana, ¿cómo se llama?
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
No, that's different.
Ella
I
también.
wonder.
I think that's
I
different.
wonder if it's because her dad started with her on that show that she wasn't as sexualized.
I don't think it was because of her dad. I think it was because of the contract under Disney.
Yeah, eso es lo que-
I don't know where I heard this. I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory or like if this is a legit fact, but I've heard that a lot of Disney stars who are like girls at a certain point will start acting out like this, so Disney will break the contract with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how like
Well, I
legit
mean,
that is.
mostly
but-
all the women, female characters, even the boys too, like that come out on the shows. They're older than the age that they're pretending to be on the shows. So they try to picture them as little underage kids,
Y se cansan, pues,
and they get tired because like, okay, I'm not 13, I'm 20. You
Literally,
know?
what happened with the Jonas Brothers,
Yeah.
where they were being typecast as like these Christian virgin boys, and they got fed up with the stereotype that they were put in a box.
Yo
like,
creo que
Yeah.
se cansan porque tienen que mantener esa imagen aun
Yeah, the
cuando
image.
no están actuando. Y eso es lo que ha de estar bien.
yeah,
pillado.
because they
Yeah.
have to present that image all the time outside of what
It's a contract.
medium.
Yeah, these things are so dangerous because even looking at like Demi Lovato's case where she was like a coke addict for a while,
It wasn't math. I thought it was math.
I
Yeah,
think
era meth.
right, yeah, meth. I don't know, but I just remember a specific
Meth.
time where I watched one of her documentaries and she was like looking back at an interview and she was like, I was like coked out at this interview.
Oh yeah, I think it was for
Yeah.
Camp Rock.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell her. Like, yeah. I'm sorry, Demi. I love you.
But even like Vanessa Hudgens, like when she did that that movie with James Franco where she has like a foursome in the movie, like right after that High School Musical scene. Yeah.
I guess I was too little to realize that because I was obsessed with High School Musical.
Me too.
Yeah.
James Franco was like this
James
kind
Franco's
of
gross.
character,
I
right?
can smell him from the screen.
In the video, and what is it? Spring Breakers.
Yeah, Spring Breakers.
Thank you. That's what.
And I think Ashley Benson was in it too. Yeah, but I just freaking horrible. But the whole Britney Spears thing, it pissed me off that you said all those things, dude. Te pasas de lanza.
Ya ni me acuerdo qué dije.
Ow!
Of course not.
Pero
Not being held accountable.
I texted him right as soon as that part came out, and I was like, dude, ¿por qué abres la boca?
amazing.
The first person who's always talking about how he wants to be, wants to have all the facts.
Yeah.
I know.
Eh,
I'm glad you guys had us here, and I just think the next time you want to have women here, that you guys work a little bit on your interruptions. You know, just a little feedback.
No, tenemos que trabajar en
appreciate
eso
that.
in general.
Yeah.
We're notorious for cutting each other off and having some
Anyways, like I was
Which
saying.
some loose ends
Anyways.
in conversation.
Yeah.
Also, is it
Or at
true?
least to be like, oh, sorry, you know, because I just, yeah.
This was literally sí, okay, pero mira,
Yeah.
The reason I
¿Sabes
couldn't
qué?
because
A la
para
otra-
que se callen estos,
A la
because
otra tú
nunca
te
se mueven.
sientas, a la otra
Yeah.
tú te sientas aquí y tú controlas el micrófono mejor.
no.
What? Oye, also, Plebes, todavía es temprano. Es cierto
Yeah.
No.
es cierto que las morras no batallan más para mantener relaciones de amistades a largo tiempo que los hombres, a comparación.
Say that again.
Es cierto que
Like
las mujeres
romantic
batallan más para mantener una relación de amistad a largo
Friendships.
plazo. Ya, que batallan más que los hombres.
Pero con el mismo sexo opuesto en general.
Bueno, vamos a decir con el mismo sexo para empezar.
The opposite sex is what I feel is true.
No, para empezar con el mismo
Con
sexo.
el mismo
Oh,
sexo.
okay.
vamos a empezar.
Es cierto que las mujeres batallan
Go ahead,
más para
Jess.
mantener largas, ¿cómo se dice?
Let me
Amistades.
translate it for you. Is it more difficult for women to hold long time relationship with other women?
Friendship.
Friendships with
From
other
relationships
From
is a
personal
general thing.
Sorry,
Let's
friendships
It's,
with other
it's
women.
fine.
Women to women.
Oh, my bad.
I'll say personally my experience. I have a friend that I've been friends with since 7th grade, and she's my best friend, Fatih. Shout out, Fatih.
Shout out to Tati.
She just had a baby. Her baby's 2 months old.
What's her name? Is that her name? A nickname?
Her nickname.
Don't say her real name
No,
if it's not.
No,
Okay.
that's her nickname. We call her Fatimush. But anyway,
It's because they call me gordo at home, so if Fati is like
Interrumpiendo,
fatty,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's
So,
not.
you know, but it's okay. Well, actually, no, it's not okay. But I know you're trying to do better.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's just hard. I feel in general to have friends. It doesn't really matter. I don't know if in terms for dudes, I guess maybe it may be different, but I'm just gonna say for me, it really depends on how we have to be on the same page on things. So like, I don't see her all the time, but when we do meet up, you know, we're not angry at each other for not seeing each other for a long time.
Amazing.
That's
You know?
I think that's how me and Nettie are, cause
¿Quién es?
Lynette.
Oh, Annette. Okay.
Yeah, cause I've had like from personal experience, I think it's really hard to maintain like
Yeah.
friendships with some girls
Some
sometimes.
girls, yeah.
Because I'm not super needy with my friends. Like I can go a good while without hanging out with you, and I can go a good while without talking to you, and I don't take it personally if you can go a good while without talking
Yeah.
to me, you know. And I feel like I have just one friend I can do that with, and that's Annette.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter how long we haven't seen each other. Like it's not about like you don't want to be my friend.
How old were you when you met her?
I was still in elementary school.
Oh, and I think
must
that's
have been like
why.
in like 2nd or 3rd grade.
And I think that's why, because friendships now, like, I made, like, for example, I made a couple friends in college. And I haven't, with one, it's like, there's times that we do talk and times that we don't. But the only thing that I wish is that they would communicate, you know, more openly and express themselves more like, oh, you know, right now I'm going through this. So, because sometimes I tend to take things personally, like I'm sensitive. And so I think like, oh, maybe I did something wrong for them to like distance themselves from me. And I wish that they would just be like, oh, you know, we're fine. You know, I don't feel like we're on the same page about that. So,
Amazing.
okay.
Question for you. I have
And
a
then-
question for you.
And then hold on. And then I have this other friend where I met her in college too, but we met but her, like, I haven't talked to her since COVID started. And her mom just passed away, and I was shout out to Feds, I love you. And 2 weeks ago, I went and helped her out with her, like they were making ribbons and stuff. And so, but we were able to pick up like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's just that we were on the same page and the same vibe. And maybe that other friend, like I appreciate her and the friendship we've had, but I don't feel like we're on the same page sometimes on things. And it's hard or maybe uncomfortable for both of us to have conversations and to follow through with them. So I think that it just depends if you're able to be on the same page with someone.
I think in friendships with my friends, like I am that person. Like I won't text you if I'm having a bad day, if I'm having a bad week, if I'm having a bad month. I'm not gonna text you, and I don't expect you to take that personally.
Yeah. And it's hard to understand that though, because I feel like it should be a balance. At some point, you should be like, oh, but I know her needs too. So then you kind of try and balance it. And then my current friend now that I made at work, she needs validation and I need validation that we still care about each other. So the communication is more constant, like weekly.
I can do that, but when it comes to the point where it's like, oh, you left me on red yesterday, like you don't love me anymore.
Oh no, like dramatic. Yeah.
I've met people who are like that, and I've met people who will be like
genuinely mad.
Yeah, and I've met people who like get mad at me over like not having an emoji next to their name.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
not
cool.
kidding.
And that's why those friends are like,
yeah,
you know. But yeah.
Amazing.
Y yo no soy una que me ponga a rogarle a alguien. Like, if you, like, tell me that you think I don't love you and I don't want to be your friend, like, I'm not going to fight with you.
A ver, pregunta tu pregunta, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
Do you remember? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I totally got to it. Hold on. I guess...
I was talking about how being on the same page.
Oh, okay. What I was gonna ask is, do your long-term friend that you haven't, talked to recently, that you feel like you're not on the same page, do you feel like she put up walls basically at this point? Because when you talk to her, you feel like you're not on the same page because she's not as open as you are with her, because that's like an unreciprocated feeling, right?
Yeah.
But my question is, like, are you like you in your mind you're going, oh, this person is not being as open with me, like there's a problem, like did I do something? But it on the flip side, it sounds more like she's a different person now.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's that she's putting up a wall, it's just that who she is now is a little bit less open.
And you are totally right on that, which is what I kind of learned, like I said, not to take it personal, because taking things personal has not taken me to good places or at all mentally. And so I try not to do that, to take it personal like it's something against me. Because I feel like to this point, we've known each other for 6 years. She should know that I'm the type of person that when she feels ready to come talk to openly about everything, that I'll listen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up another thing too that was kind of similar, that it's coming back to me now, is the people the people that like you've known for a long time that you haven't seen in a while. When you regroup with that person, like, do you just pick up where you left off? Like, is it, or like you yourself have evolved and whatnot, but then when you go back to that person that you haven't seen in forever, it's like you're back to that time of the life. Like, for me personally, like somebody like my friend Roy, I feel like he's in a time capsule, because anytime I meet him, we're in the same exact 2012 like vibe, right? And it's like we're just like vibing and we're just like having a great time with each other, but it's almost like a we're reminiscing kind of a deal. But it's not like exactly who I am, but it's kind of what. So I'm just wondering if that's a thing that you experience too.
No, but that is a valid thing though, where some people even stop being friends with that person because when you go back to them, they're still in the same thing. They haven't grown. They haven't. Andan con la misma mamada. So you're just like,
Yeah.
So you're just like, I'm over that,
Sure.
But I think that's why I've been able to have this friendship, because when we talk to each other, we update each other on different things and discuss how we used to think differently when we were 14 and 13. And to now that we are both 25 years old. So the
Big difference.
What I mean by like being on the same page is like both being able to be open about your feelings.
Good communication.
Yeah. Good communication, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
fair.
What about for you guys?
Anyways, de todos mi pregunta ¿querías decir?
No, I was just going to say that's really like, I agreed with everything she said. That's so similar. Yeah.
Thanks.
La
Women's Unite!
La pregunta original era, do you think que las mujeres batallan más que los hombres para mantener relaciones a largo plazo.
I've heard that, like, I'll use my boyfriend as an example. It depends on your personality because he's introverted. So, and he's very, like, about meeting new people. He gets kind of, like, anxious. Like, it took him a while to even meet Josue. And I would be like, come on, hang out with us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with my
Thanks. Thank you.
with a friend Josue.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then and so then come on, hang out with us. And then he was like, oh, okay, like he's cool. And so then he felt comfortable, you know? And so like when I'm like, oh, you know, come, I told him to come with me, and he was like, I don't know. So it's
He
like
would feel overwhelmed.
he would feel a little bit, but then like he would get used to it kind of. But he's like, he once que agarra confianza, like he vibes, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it depends. Like for some dudes, maybe you guys are. It depends on your personality. You're either introverted or ambivert or extroverted.
I think what Mickey wants us to admit is that like
women are more complicated.
Dramatic, yeah.
No, I'm
but
not gonna
I
admit
agree
that.
with her. I think it really does come down to the type of person you are, because in my situation, I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think my boyfriend is super introverted and I'm
Extroverted?
extroverted and
Yeah.
I'm not. Like when it came down to meeting his friends, I like sat at my car outside
Yeah.
like for 15 minutes before even telling him I was there, because I just didn't. I'm like, well, I don't know these people and stuff.
You got like
that.
social anxiety.
So maybe that's why I'm like
That's
more. But a lo mejor por
Yeah.
eso yo batallo más para mantener relaciones con la
Yeah.
gente. But
'Cause
I don't think it's because I'm a woman like making friends with other
Exactly,
women.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be the Mickey in the situation and say I think that there is a lot of situations where girls do not get along with girls, and the main reason being is because I feel like there's a lot of on the surface relationships, and then there's true friendships that like it's so much. I think it's more apparent personally women with women, because women are critical of women. I've seen it. I have two older sisters, and they're very critical of other girls.
I agree.
And they're being criticized by other girls.
I agree. And that is because of patriarchy. So women are pitted against women. And it's not funny. It's true. And that's why we get pick-me women's like that are like,
Oh my God,
they want to
yeah.
appeal to the man, to the male. So they'll be like, yes, I cook and clean. And yes, I go to school and I do everything for my man. And like,
lately,
but that's okay if you do that. But if you put down other women for not
Yeah,
doing that,
yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I've had for the past 5 months, I would say, I have this ongoing battle with my dad. You know my dad. And my dad is bien machista.
Yeah.
And he will admit it and he's proud of
Yeah.
it. Like, él no, like, I need to.
You're the
ponerme
one
las
who
pilas.
needs to.
Y a él le
Yeah.
rompió el corazón. It broke his heart that, like, I was, like, asking my boyfriend out. And, like, I think I even was telling him about this the other day that he used to share a bank account because I was underage when I got it.
Yeah.
But after I turned 18, I never bothered to get off of it because
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. And he asked me what a specific charge on my bank statement
Yeah.
was. And it was at this restaurant. I was like, oh, well, when me and Marlon went out and I paid. And he looked at me with like
You
this
paid?
petrified.
Yeah.
And he was like, entonces andas con un muchacho que ni le importas and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And it's like our relationship is not to the point where he comes over a lot. So I'll be like, hey, babe, like, did you not eat? Come eat or whatever. And he'll show up and he'll like serve himself food. Él se calienta las tortillas. Él va por una soda. Y mi papá like will straight up be like, qué mandilón. Like, ya no existe el machismo. Yeah. And he'll
That's
like,
crazy.
and it's so crazy to me. And y enfrente de mi mamá le digo, and it's been times too where my mom will be like, I wish you were like that. And
Damn.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And when you
It probably
said that, when you said
causes
that,
conflict,
yeah.
but yeah.
When
Dude,
you
your
said
dad
that-
felt threatened, though. I can guarantee
Probably.
he felt threatened.
But when you
Because
said
it's something
that, it was,
new, you know? But yeah.
Yeah.
No, to my dad, it's horrible. Like,
It's like they can't even fathom it. I'm really proud of, you know, lo voy a decir en español. Estoy orgullosa de mi novio porque él viene de un país que es muy machista, que es hondureño. Y que él ha llegado a Estados Unidos y ha podido cambiar su mentalidad, que no muchas personas inmigrantes hacen, en términos de tener una mente abierta. No que vas a ser americano completamente del todo, no, pero tener una mente abierta y donde no todo es a tu perspectiva, you know, hay más. Y pienso que me gusta eso, pienso que por eso hemos podido estar juntos hasta ahorita y también porque no tan solo él tiene ese machismo, pero yo también, porque yo crecí con eso, entonces los dos estamos aprendiendo a tener una relación sana. Le voy a ser honesta, venir para acá, o sea, yo nunca me imaginé que iba a poder estar en una relación donde a mi novio no le molesta que yo venga a pasarla con vatos, hablar así, a platicar.
Oh, that's where my thing starts. I feel like I have this conversation a lot with people. I feel like the way I was taught in high school was different from the way that maybe you guys were ever taught, because I had like specific classes that kind of helped us pinpoint red flags in relationships like that. So growing up, my sister probably experienced a lot. I know she had like a bad relationship where it was like that kind of jealousy where like I'm gonna go through your phone and stuff like that. And for you to say that is so crazy, because to me that's not normal, like, and it never was.
Yeah.
But I meet people who are all like, I met somebody that's younger than me that asked me if I tracked my boyfriend like on Find My iPhone or something, and I said no, and she was like, well, girl, you better start, because they're like they're tricky out here. And I was like, like I thought we were past this.
I feel like te entiendo en eso pero te voy a decir, mi novio y yo, los dos tenemos la ubicación. ¿Y por qué? Porque sí empezó al principio porque los dos desconfiábamos mucho, y es porque los dos hemos hecho cosas para desconfiar del uno el otro, solo tenemos. Pero ahorita este punto está por seguridad, porque yo soy una persona ansiosa y él también. Entonces, a mí me han pasado cosas, accidentes, o me ataca un homeless, like, la neta, me ha pasado. So, me da como un sentido de paz de que él también tenga mi ubicación. Mi hermana la tiene, Husky la tiene. Like, that's just part
That's
of
how
my...
I am with my family. Like, they have, and I completely agree with you. If it comes to the point where you're like tracking each other because you want to be like...
Por celos, no. Y toma un tiempo llegar a ese, especialmente you have to unlearn things. And I had to unlearn things too. Like, checking his phone all the time. Questioning things, and like going out with friends, like, but it takes time because of how we've both been jaded,
Yo tengo como 25 personas que me pueden hacer track a mí en el teléfono. Y mis razones son diferentes. Mi razón por la que quiero que todos me hagan track es porque me caga que me marquen cuando estoy trabajando.
Para que sepan que estás chambeando,
Sí, prefiero.
So many times.
Yo creo que a mi novio también le molesta que le diga como, ya saliste. Y por eso, porque ya sabe, like, porque le he preguntado también como, estás trabajando en Sierra Vista, y si está un poco irritado me dice, ay, ¿a poco no te fijaste en la ubicación? Y yo, okay, nomás no quería, like, be extra.
You know what's funny is that what Mickey said to the point, I was like, really, bro? Anytime I talk? Is that it? Yeah. I feel like I'm not here anymore. So
no.
All right, so...
God forbid you don't talk for a minute.
Dilo porque se te va a olvidar.
Sí.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, like, I tried doing the Mickey method, right? Of like, okay, everybody track me so that you'd stop asking questions about where I'm at. Then I get calls from my sister going, why are you there? And I'm like... I gave you my tracking so that you don't have to worry.
It's called a porno theater.
He's like, why are you at the Fry's on Broadway? And I'm like, dude, who cares? Like,
boundaries.
I'll do what I want. It's like, I give you the tracking so that you don't ask me the questions, not so that you could provoke new ones.
Yeah.
That's all annoying.
It was very annoying. And if you were listening to this, Karina, I took off tracking for a reason.
Me manda a algún lado, and then she'll be like, como que ya estás tardando mucho, and I'll be like, wow, I'm already at the store. She's like, pero estabas en el Starbucks, ¿verdad?
Yeah, that's the anxiety of like knowing like you're scared of like what they're doing. So that's something.
My whole thing started because my sister had like my sister is really unhealthy, and she was driving home from work one day. She passed out in her car.
Jesus Christ!
And like 2 hours after she was supposed to get home from work, like she wasn't home, and we called her job.
Oh my god!
And they were like, she left like 2 hours ago. And for months before that, I had been telling my sister, I was like, hey, like, let me track you. Like, so my mom will stop asking me where you're at all the time and have to text you where you're at all the time. And she would not do it. Yeah. After that happened, she went to the hospital and she shared her location with me. And it started that whole thing because, like, my parents are, like, like, no son de aquí.
Yeah.
So it was more of a, like, I want to know where you're at.
Yeah.
But for me, at, like, the age I am now, because that was when I was, like 16, 17 that we started tracking each other. But I'm about to turn 20. And it's like, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to be home at 11. And at 10:59, she'll be like, why are you still at Marlon's house?
Yeah.
And I'm so over it. And that's when it comes to the part I'm like, that I like, it, when they start to abuse.
Yeah. It's like crossing the boundaries.
Pero no te agüites, Jessica. Después de que cumplas 18, ya todo va a cambiar. Cuando agarres trabajo y todo eso.
LOL. You know what's funny is that 30 years ago, this conversation of whether or not we should be
I really noticed.
God damn it. You completely took it away. I can't even think of what I was going to say.
How, like, before,
30 years from now.
30 years
30
ago.
years ago,
okay.
this was a non-issue where it was, or I guess it was an issue, but it was like we're not debating whether or not we should be tracked. We're debating we're not, like, it's like you leave the house and potentially you won't come back and nobody will ever know.
Jesus.
You know? And that's the thing that nowadays doesn't really exist because we all have access to tracking, sharing location, even text messaging or calling, like at your fingertips. So like there's communication accessible, but like before it wasn't even a possible. Like it was like if I get to this building, maybe I can communicate with somebody.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, me acabas de violar todo el cerebro. Ponte condón a la otra. Porque me hiciste pensar, es cierto, tan sencillo y tan real esto. Pero antes...
Not the rape joke during Women's Month.
No,
I keep saying March.
Que también violan hombres que no... never mind. Moving on.
Yeah.
El caso que me hizo pensar en el hecho de que sí es cierto, cuando tu papá se iba al trabajo, los niños de perdida estábamos como los perritos. Porque los perros cuando te vas de la
A mí me
casa...
daba mucha ansiedad cuando se iban mis papás y yo me quedaba sola.
And they would not come home in 20
When
minutes.
when they say that they're going to be back at a certain time
Yeah.
and you're like, it's been 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
I
And
would
they're
get this
like,
like pounding in my
Yes.
chest, especially when I would
No,
call
when you would
and they
lose
would
them
not
in the-
answer.
Yeah. When you would lose them in the grocery store.
And then you had to pay.
Did you have...
No,
you
you're just
had
like,
something
what?
to say, right? About that?
Pues era más o menos eso que...
Oh, just an
que cuando
acknowledgement.
te...
Okay.
Da
cuando-
ansiedad.
No, que cuando estabas... en aquellos tiempos que no había teléfono, cuando alguien se iba de tu casa, no sabías nada de la persona hasta que regresaba.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you'd have to do tell me about your day because otherwise you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you can know because they're probably posting about it or they're tracking location or they're checking in as Facebook does.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't use Facebook. I haven't used it in a long time, but point being is that there's a lot of accessibility to your
I also
information.
wanted updates on how the whole have you found a wife? Have you found a wife?
The wife thing?
Oh,
Wait,
like
wait. Before we go over
to
there.
getting married for those $1,000.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Find me on Tinder.
Hold on. Before we get there though, I hope that we can come back and talk about or if you've already talked about it, but how like, and it's kind of relevant to dating now, but it's like social media and how to navigate that within a relationship because it does have an influence, like in terms of cheating, in terms of boundaries,
I've seen some
inappropriateness.
crazy TikToks
So,
where they're like
yeah.
explaining how to find somebody cheating
Yeah,
and
so
stuff
I feel
like
like
that.
me gustaría platicar eso más porque no tan solo de encontrar si te están siendo infiel, pero también navegar como qué es apropiado, qué es inapropiado, qué es justo, qué no es justo, you know?
At this point, like honestly, ni al saber because
No,
people's opinions are
hablo
so...
como en tu relación.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make
Like
a presentation of it in what's
A
that called?
PowerPoint, yeah.
Yeah, PowerPoint.
Frankly,
Honestly, I'm super happy that I feel like my boyfriend, he's very open-minded. And I feel like my whole life has been just trying to find somebody who won't treat me in like
the way that
in such a possessive way. And like I've had conversations with people a lot because my boyfriend's older than me and he's like he can go out to drink at bars and stuff like that. Y él lo hace. Y a mí no me interesan esas cosas. So I've had conversations with like other workers, like my female coworkers or just friends in general that would be like, no te molesta that like he goes out and does that and you're not there, like he's under the influence, like, you know. And I'm like I'm confident enough that he knows how to like manage himself under the influence, and that I'm not gonna want to do it even when I'm 21. So vale más that he like does it with his friends. You know, he wants to go to the casino, go with your friends. Like I don't want to go with you. That's not something I'm interested in. So I'm like super happy that in a way I was I don't want to be like that. And it's true too because I don't think I didn't add my boyfriend on Snapchat until like after we started dating.
Yeah.
Because it nunca se me vino a la mente.
I think it depends on your experiences as well. Like I said, if you've been hurt before by that, that's
But in my case it's different because I think I like tried to date when I was too young and I had like this boyfriend in high school that was over the top like with stuff like I was like 15 and I saw my friends having like boyfriends and he had a car. I was like, I
so
want to date him and stuff like that. Yeah. And
oh my gosh, girl, your man got a car.
And every time we get a new schedule, he'd like FaceTime me and like ask me who I was sitting around. And then like if I was sitting next to a guy, he'd be like, well, move. And I'd be like, I can't. These are assigned seats.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and I ended it like really fast too because I was like, whoa, like
that's good that you were able
weird.
to do that because there's girls who
are stuck.
or stuck or don't see it as wrong. And for me, it was because of not blaming, but it's just where I grew up. Like I grew up in a very Catholic community, and I was like in a youth group, and there was like a lot of misogyny in that too. And so I just never questioned things. And also it depends on your family dynamic and things that you don't question. And that you just think, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. Or like, it means he loves me. And it's like, you don't see it that way.
For me, even
later.
like growing up, like I didn't grow up Christian. Like my dad got baptized like when I was like in elementary school and stuff like that. But I remember one thing I heard that like really impacted me a lot was like, oh, like you can't divorce like when you're Christian, you know, like. And I remember asking my dad, I'd be like, so what if he hits me, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you can leave the household, but you can't divorce him. And in my head, I was like,
that
what?
makes no sense.
That makes absolutely no sense. So I feel like growing up and like maybe going through that experience too, and then taking a class specifically on how to like navigate like those types of toxic behaviors. I didn't like. I think I waited a good amount of time, and I like tried to get to know this person in the way that I was sure that I wasn't getting into something that was gonna be harmful to my mental
and
health
I think
and myself.
that the most important thing is for me when I learned was that even if that person, like let's say that person is gonna do that in the future, they're gonna cheat on you or they're gonna do something on you, but that's on them because you were the good person, you were the one who tried their best. Like my therapist literally had to tell me like, worry about your side of the street, not their side of the street.
Wow.
Yeah,
you know?
And 100%. I think if I'm gonna get caught cheating, I should 100% be caught because like I already don't care about the person that I'm with enough to not want to be with them exclusively, you know? So I think that, you know, me and Mickey are kind of the same way in that.
You guys love each other. Stop it.
What do you
You're
mean?
in love with each other.
Yeah.
What?
I know it.
Me and Mickey?
Oh,
Yeah.
la foto.
Oh, yeah. No, but me and Mickey are the same way in that regard because it's like, we'd never cheat on somebody because...
Alex, se desconectó la laptop acá, ¿no?
And ladies, if you guys want to hear more of this conversation, listen to Hey Chicas with Kari and Jess.
I would love that.
I swear to
we
God.
should do it.
Mickey está aburrido. Like, I'm pretty sure he did not hear anything.
No estoy para nada aburrido. No le hagan caso a este vato.
We should do that though.
Ay,
I'd be
gordo.
so down. I don't want someone to talk to.
Deberían de grabarme.
I'm down. We're like no están los
Like
plebes
have
para
our
nada.
own podcast. Yes.
How's it feel not to talk this long? I know it was...
And this was nice. Thank you guys. I appreciate
Yo necesito,
this is
yo
great.
necesito escuchar puntos de vista de mujeres. Soy hombre, soltero, tengo casi...
1 year
A
out
ver,
the
en
other.
el 2016 ya tengo 5 años de que soltero.
Sí, pobrecito, tú necesitas algo.
Oye, pero mira, el problema conmigo es que a mí sí me fueron infiel.
Ajá.
Y yo me considero a mí mismo 100% fiel. ¿Me entiendes? Es algo que siempre he estado. No piensas, dime la neta.
Go ahead.
Dime la neta.
Do your thing.
Yo
She
me
was gonna say
considero.
because us.
You don't give me infiel vibes.
Yo le tengo miedo. Es uno de mis traumas, la neta.
Yeah.
La infidelidad. Pero de todos modos, algo hice mal de todos modos para haberla perdido, ¿no? De alguna manera. Porque no sé cómo ponerlo.
We would have to know the details of everything to know what it led up to.
Pero pues
It was like-
la Jessica me conoce, soy bien mamón.
80%
No soy-
her fault, 20% Mickey.
No soy
That's all
romántico.
I'm
I
gonna say.
will, just to give you a little glimpse of my past. So I told you guys, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, pero estaba casada, ¿verdad?
Amazing.
Yeah, you did tell me.
And yeah, so when I was 15, I met this dude y me enamoré.
I thought you were gonna say you got married after.
No, I got married at 19, but I knew him for a while. But before we divorced, like he was abusive, he was all these things, and for me, he was very controlling of my sexuality and whether we had sex or not. And so what I did is I got so mad, how do I get him back? Because obviously I can't beat him up. And so I got on Tinder and I cheated on him. And then we divorced. And so it's it's crazy because I was wrong for cheating, but he was wrong for putting me in that position, you know?
I've never heard somebody be like, oh, they're controlling of my sexuality.
Yeah, it was literally that.
It's so, I feel like
you didn't cook and clean? Oh, we're not having sex. Yeah.
What?
Oh, withholding
And
sex.
I was in college too,
That's
and I had 2
crazy.
jobs.
Wait, yo pensaría que sería al revés.
Yeah.
que tú eres la que manda.
But it's
No
the
way.
power, it's the
Guys,
control.
men, first of all, you think it's the opposite because women are not like supposed to be viewed as
We're not
sexual
supposed to be
beings.
sexual, but yeah.
I saw this one tweet too that like kind of was like that's true because it was like guys like swear they're like very sexual until they meet a woman who likes to have sex because you guys like don't hear about that.
Amazing.
But I feel like that is something that's really important to me to keep separate because this whole thing of like a union, yeah, you get married and you become like a union when you get married, but you're not one person.
No,
you're still two separate
two
people.
yeah.
And that's super important to keep in mind even if you're not married.
It's like a
because
team,
it's
you know?
separate, yeah.
But
Yo
That's
pensaría que el hombre no iba a querer
No sé qué-
stop sex.
no sé
having
qué era el
sex.
pedo con este vato, la neta. No sé, hasta la fecha no sé cuál era su pedo.
Was he like that when
Y-
you guys first started
No,
dating
no,
or
no, no.
after you got
Yo creo
married?
que lo que pasó es de que llegué a la edad que ya, pues me conocí a los 15 años, era niña tontita y él me podía manipular y decir lo que sea. Y tal vez sin que él estuviera consciente de eso, ¿verdad? Tal vez ni se daba cuenta
Yeah.
que estaba haciendo eso. También qué tan aceptable también es en la cultura hispana de que yo tenía 15 cumpliendo 16 y él tenía 18 cumpliendo 19. So he was older than me. We're like 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
And he lived in another state because that was where my family lived, my dad's side of the family. And I met him through mutual friends when I would go in the summers. So, I don't really know. No sé por qué era su manera de manipularme de esa manera. Y también de decirme como, obviamente lo típico, como, nadie te va a aguantar como yo y que no sé qué, que
Yeah.
bla, bla, bla.
Amazing.
Y eres esto y lo
¿Cuánto
otro.
cuestas?
And it wasn't until I went on Tinder, and that's why when we talked about like confidence boost, where people were like, damn, you're thick. Damn, you're sexy. I'm like, I've never been called, sometimes to be, as a woman, sometimes it's not all women, but me, I wanted to know that I was a sexual person.
Yeah.
That I wasn't just seen as like, cuando se le da la gana.
Oye,
Yeah.
si tu vato o tu pareja, más bien, nunca te muestra celos, ¿eso es malo también o no?
I think that's
so.
inevitable. I think
Yeah.
que va a haber celo todo el tiempo.
There's gonna be some type of
Es que
jealousy in there.
pero si hay desinterés. Ese es el problema.
It's the problem cuando te sientes like somebody else is getting more attention than you and they're interested in it.
Yeah.
Like, porque I've been in positions where I'm like, oh, I don't like the way that this girl's talking to him right now.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't like the way that he's talking to her. It's
Yeah.
the way that I don't like how this woman is approaching herself on my boyfriend. But I've never been in a position where I'm like, he's going too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It depends on that. But yeah, so being the guy being like, oh, that's weird because we consider men super sexual. I don't know what his deal is either. You know, maybe he was going through things with his own sexuality. Like, you know, I always heard, you know, people are always making rumors, but when like we separated and stuff, I would hear rumors like, oh, people thought he was bi or gay or something. And like, I don't know, it could have been true. Maybe like, maybe he grew up super Christian, like Seventh-day Adventist, and his grandpa was like abusive. Like if he didn't do what because his grandpa raised him, if he didn't do what he said, like he dealt with emotions with anger and violence. So I'm not, you know, excusing him or anything because my boyfriend now también él creció con violencia y todo, pero él no me trata así. So no es como que, oh, creció con violencia y por eso lo hacen. No.
Yeah.
No es una excusa, pero se entiende de por qué vienen esos traumas. Pero sí, no sé realmente por qué. Yo pienso, como te digo, que llegué a la edad de que ya estaba en el colegio, tenía 20 años y ya no me dejaba tan fácil como una niña de 15 años.
Not only that, you're like at a time in your life
Sí,
where
y
you want to experience.
y estoy estudiando, estoy en la universidad, so estoy escuchando diferentes ideas, muy diferentes a las mías, porque como te digo, crecí cristiana católica, sí, y muchas ideas que él como que, como, who are you, you know? And so I feel like instead of being like, you know what, we got married too soon, like, let's cut it off, he was just like, I'm just gonna try and force you to be how I want you to be. Y
also you were at a place where you're being impressionable.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what like your whole your entire worldview is growing because you're still changing.
Yeah. And then I even went up to el extremo de bautizarme en la iglesia adventista because I thought that would change him. That would make him be like,
I think we've
like
all
that.
seen a situation like that where like there has been a woman or a guy who would like come into church for this girl and like get baptized for this girl or this guy. And I think the whole mentality of I'm gonna change this person, I think is so wrong.
Yeah,
to me.
it is.
Yeah.
And I honestly though, like I was willing to my love, or I guess maybe infatuation with him, or what I thought was love, lo que yo pensaba que era amor hacia él, pero realmente no era. Pensaba yo, oh, pues porque amo a esta persona, voy a hacer esto. Y yo trataba de escuchar, you know, I'm always that type of person, like, I would get the good, leave the bad. And, of course, there was a lot of things that I wasn't in agreement with the church, but I was just like, well, it has this good thing. And so that's how I was willing to do that. But, yeah, I feel like we could definitely have a Hey Chicas podcast.
I promise you, I would definitely subscribe.
Yeah, we can even sponsor it.
Honestly, you
it.
guys can take a day of the week and do it.
Yeah,
I
But-
was so
I'm
down.
The other thing that I was gonna say is, I mean, we could talk a lot about how church Christianity and stuff, how
Yes.
that has a lot of things.
I love that
because we
topic.
all have a very
personal.
very personal experience with it.
I'm a Christian.
but that's just the other topic that we just shouldn't get into right now.
Yeah, 'cause it's a big
such a
one.
broad topic.
Pero nomás para terminar y cerrarlo. Yo me acerqué a la iglesia cuando estaba morro por una morra. Y la morra
For the
está
wrong
fuera de mi
reasons.
vida y yo estoy en la iglesia
Sí.
full time.
Kinda.
Full time.
Well, I mean, on the back row, but yes.
If you get anything from this, communicate with your partner.
Yeah,
don't.
communication, respect,
Yeah.
you know, boundaries.
Exactly.
Precipitation.
Boundaries are valid.
Do y'all get that?
Nice.
Yo creo que no batallaría con ninguna de esas en realidad.
That's good.
Porque el problema es que soy demasiado comunicativo.
Okay, hold on.
O sea,
Hold on.
cuando algo no me gusta, se va a saber en el momento.
Oh yeah, he's vocal about what he thinks.
Well, that's
yes,
good.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Pero también
To a fault though, it's a problem.
the boundaries might be too much of a boundary también.
Like you have
Como-
too many boundaries.
No.
There are no
Como
boundaries.
como su tiempo es de ella todo el tiempo. ¿Me explico? Yo creo que no. Sí,
That can be a problem too, because I think what he means is that he's like, I feel Mickey could probably like be in a relationship with a person, and like for him texting with them would be no big deal. Like I don't have to text her, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's what he means.
And she's halfway across the world.
Yeah, so I think yeah, ahí sí estás mal.
O sea que-
Yeah, I think that's how you show interest. If I was like, if things were all good with my boyfriend and all of a sudden like he went off on a trip, and which has happened, you know, like he goes off, but if he had left and not texted me at all while he was there, I would be insecure. Yeah.
por ejemplo,
And
si,
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
a mí no me molesta que pasen 2 días completos sin no haber texteado de repente.
Sí.
Eso se me hace muy normal y de repente un día textearle, hey, ¿qué andas haciendo? All of a sudden, como si hubiéramos estado texteando. Eso, así soy yo.
Pero that's, I guess, dating. I feel like dating, por lo usual es de que te hablas casi todos los días.
Y eso es lo que
así.
no me gusta.
Y luego ya después cuando you start dating, like que se queda a dormir a tu casa todos los días, o tú duermes en su casa, or you move in, like hay etapas y ahí es donde como que you don't text a lot.
Las morras con las que he dejado de textear últimamente, porque sí he texteado con una que otra que no conozco en realidad, no he tenido chance de salir a
Yeah.
una cita por todo el ambiente, ¿no?
Sí,
Las morras con las que he dejado de textear es por eso, porque todos los días me quieren textear.
yeah.
Y eso no me gusta a mí. A mí me enfada eso.
Pues,
Constant communication is not a
Me
necessity.
enfada
for you.
que me hablen, que quieran estar en el teléfono por más de 15
prefieres
minutos.
verte en persona y hacer algo, ¿no?
Prefiero planear
Pues
algo en
sí,
persona.
eso, that's valid.
Y, pero también al tiempo correcto, ¿me entiendes? Si tengo responsabilidades, si ella me dice, hey, you wanna meet over? No puedo porque tengo este compromiso.
Sí.
Todas
I
esas
watched Mickey live through like the worst 3 days of his life, and he stayed up till like 3 in the morning talking to this one girl.
Oh, we experienced it too.
Y mejor
The worst 3 days of his life.
yeah,
mejor
but I was
Para
sitting on
otra
the
vez.
couch.
That's like exagerado, you know. You need to go to sleep at some point.
I can't.
Yeah.
Es una de las cosas que no extraño de cuando estaba morrito yo, estar prendido el teléfono y
Yeah,
texteando y
texteando
mensajeando.
con, yeah, I used to do that.
I
so.
hate that right now.
My mom would take my phone away, and
Me too.
Siento que no
You're
tiene,
different people, man.
I
siento
would
que
steal it back.
siento que no tiene vida la morra si me quiere estar texteando todo el día. Yo no quiero textearle a la morra con la que estoy empezando a hacer dating hasta que llegue a la casa en la tarde como a las 6 de la tarde por
That
ahí.
makes sense. Or just check-ins,
Yeah.
you know, like in the morning. and then
That's what's important.
Lunch.
Checking in. Like to me, no me importa if you can't text me, you know. But if you're like, hey, I'm gonna be busy, I'll like let you know when I'm finished.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're good, we're
Yeah.
perfect, you know. But if you just disappear, you know, me dices nada.
Sí,
like, this is
estoy de
like,
acuerdo.
Y
That's interesting.
quiero poder textear 3
Very.
horas después de que me mandaste un mensaje también.
That's interesting because I know that that's not what Mickey thinks at all. And I kind of tend to lean more on what Mickey thinks because it's like if you have trust with a person, then you shouldn't be so concerned about where he is at all times.
It's not about trust.
For me,
though.
it's like-
But
about
it's an inherent thing, I think.
And
It's
that's
in
why I
there.
want you to track me because I don't want to see no text. Hey, ¿dónde andas? Eso no es importante. Si quieres,
Oh
si hay
my
algo importante,
gosh.
márcame y en 15 segundos podrías.
What it
regresar
is
todo eso.
irrational
text them
fear.
now.
What you're talking about is irrational fear because you're
About
like,
what?
if this person doesn't check in, I'm thinking the worst. There's something is happening. They got into an accident. Something.
It's like if you're on like a date with somebody and they don't talk to you like the entire time you're there.
Well, no, but
And
you're saying like
it's-
checking in, and
it's not necessary.
It's just
for
to
you
check
to do
in.
that.
Like it doesn't even have to be like I'm okay. It could just be like I hope you have a good day.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Because literal tuve este argumento con mi novio porque ya pues vivimos juntos y batallé para que me mandaran un mensaje en la mañana.
Y eso es lo que no me gusta.
Y era porque yo quería que me dijera que... Y él me dice, pero ¿para qué si tienes mi ubicación? ¿Sabes que
You know where I'm
llegué? Y le
You know
dije
where I
yo...
be?
Y le dije yo, amor, entiendo eso, pero es que... No sé, como de saber
it
que
comes down to
llegaste bien.
reassurance.
Es como saber que llegaste bien.
It's like that whole
Y que
texting
me
when you're
deseas un
hoping.
buen día, así.
Yeah.
Y ya cuando me despierte yo te voy a decir, oh, muchas gracias igualmente, que también tengas un buen día. Y así. Pero es que es curioso como con el principio, güey, el vato hasta me hacía FaceTime en el trabajo.
Yeah.
Pero era porque él quería.
Yeah.
Y entonces dice, pues no entiendes si tú te frustrabas porque yo te llamaba todo el tiempo en el trabajo y ahora que no lo hago, ¿qué? Y le dije, es que es un balance.
Yeah.
Please.
All
Pero
right.
bueno, ya.
All right, that's fair.
All
that's
right, to wrap this up, because los que se quejan que the
Husky,
podcast is
why
like
you
2 hours long.
wrapping it
I
up
know.
Los que se
though?
están quejando
I'm
that these
enjoying
podcasts are like
this.
2 hours long.
Yeah, that's me.
Aquí están y siguen hablando. I'm just saying. I'm just
I'm
stating
sorry,
the.
we do
I'm
need
just stating the
our-
obvious. I could be here for longer.
I'll say-
But I'm just thinking about your guys right now.
I just...
Cut it off and then we'll start the next podcast.
¿Quieres
Honestly,
grabar un
we should
sobras?
we should have done
Yeah.
this in 2 parts. That would have been great.
Yeah.
We're running 3 hours 10 minutes.
No, we're not.
Nice.
Christ.
3 hours?
3 hours?
2.5 hours.
There we go. Thank you, Alex.
2:25. No manches.
I
I'm
have
just taking
to,
the facts.
It's a school night, guys, so...
Yeah. All right.
No
Well,
se callan.
let's go ahead and finish up. But before
To
we
wrap it up. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, please.
All right. All
Please.
right. Good.
By
You're
all
learning,
means,
and I love that.
by all means, go ahead.
All right,
cut
to
me
wrap it
off.
up- to wrap
one
it up.
last time.
Let's have the ladies have honor a woman in history.
Oh. You're really leaning on this song.
Well, yeah. Who
In
runs
history or
the
just a
world?
woman
bro?
that-
Just prominent women, I guess.
I like how you're thinking, and you should know damn well who you're gonna say.
It's on her shirt.
It's on her shirt.
Michelle Obama.
I wanted to think of someone else, but yeah, I'm gonna shout out Selena Quintanilla for being a woman in the industry and especially in Tejano Mex music and how she's an icon for Latinx people. And yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah. One
Oh,
time.
and Celia Cruz. There we go.
Dude, I am shocked
What
that
about you, Jess?
that she was 23.
All I'm
Yes.
gonna say is Megan Thee Stallion, I love you, girl.
Yes. I love her.
Love her.
I like that.
What'd she do?
Yeah.
Pull up Megan.
I love
There
her.
she is.
Nice.
Megan Thee
So
Stallion.
wait, really quick before we go, I on my thing on my YouTube, like I use my YouTube page, my personal, because it's like I have YouTube Music where I pay like the whatever, no ads, and that's the same YouTube I use for when I show my students like the videos that they review for the vocab, the songs. And one time, like I was putting up this video, I'm like, ignore Meg Thee Stallion, like right there. But thankfully, like the thumbnail wasn't inappropriate. And they were like, and then one of the girls, she unmutes her. I'm like, yes, I listened to Megan Thee Stallion. And then she unmuted herself and she was like, as you should.
Nice.
7th grader, I was like, yes.
I love
That's
her.
cool. And to finish it off with Black History Month, let's give it out to the First Lady, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama.
We love her. We stand.
She did more than the vice president did.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Anyways, no, that's
Oh, and
it.
Stacey Abrams.
How dare you talk about that like Tata Joe like that?
Tata.
Gonna
Nana
shoehorn
Joe.
Tata Joe at the end. All right, guys.
Wait.
Thank you for.
Adios.
No, what? Oh, you got something?
Clarence Thomas también, no
Oh,
mames.
okay.
What
One
the?
person on your Black History Month list. One person.
Because
Es
we're
porque
doing every
Cada día
every-
alguien tenía que traer a alguien y este es
For
el
the
que
month of February, we were
Clarence
doing.
Thomas.
obviously you haven't listened to the podcast.
Fue el siguiente, the second, ¿cómo le llaman? Black man que entró a
to be.
Ahorita es un, ¿cómo se llama? La
to be a
corte-
Supreme Court
the
Justice.
Esa mero.
Nice.
Sí, este vato, lo quiero mencionar ahorita que es el último día cuando estamos grabando. Bueno, ya pasó, no, pero se acabó. Pero es el último que quiero decir, Clarence Thomas, porque es parte de Supreme Court. Mis respetos para este vato que está ahí arriba. Pero me caga que Amazon quitó su... ¿cómo se llama?
Book?
Su documental en el Amazon en el mes de
Amazon
Black
Video.
History Month. What
The
the?
audacity.
What the?
I mean, there has to be more legal red tape there.
Yeah.
There had to be like a contract ended or something.
I don't know. Who knows?
No, porque lo quitaron. Pero nomás quería mencionar eso. Si quieren saber más, averigüen.
Shout out.
Clarence Thomas.
One
Shout
time,
out.
Clarence Thomas.
Shout out to all them pairs. All right, give me play the outro.
There we go.
Guys, thank you for tuning in, and I really hope that my guests here had a good time.
We did. It was awesome. We might even have Hey Chicas.
We're definitely gonna.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
Chicas
sure.
is the best spin-off.
Yes,
I can
it would-
imagine.
It'll be a lot better.
Well, invite me on the show,
Sometimes
baby.
I can't get through an episode, guys.
You know what's funny?
That's
All right,
why
you
I
know
said
what? I'm sorry. I am sorry.
the heterosexualness of it, the het.
It's like in your face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
It's
I'm
okay,
trying to
it's
fix
okay,
it.
you're
all
trying,
right.
you're
You know how there's straight people?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm super straight.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
No
the
doubt
straightest
about it.
TikTok ever. Anyways, guys, thank you for
Okay.
tuning in. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Hey Plebes. You already know.
You guys have Twitter?
We have updates. Yeah, our Twitter at this point has been pretty dead, pretty dry. But anyways, we're also on YouTube, so check us out, Hey Plebes. And honestly, yeah, guys, have a great month.
Muchas
And
gracias.
Have a great year.
Yeah, let's do this.
And I think, yeah, I'm glad we have the conversations we had today, but have a great day.
Learn
Wait.
something from it.
Shouldn't it be called Hey Plebas?
No.
No.